places. At Rutgers, stowaway tables and the new furniture you want for every room in your home. You'll also find a complete lineup of certified comfort, the most comfortable beds in home. Dublin financing is available for proof credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find a great selection of stowaway savings when you shop Rutgers Furniture at 1010 Dearborn, Allen.
And the home team breaks the huddle. Terry Alt steps up to the line with O'Neill and Clark out on the wings. Capital City Realty is on a 6-year run. They've added Haley Solon to the backfield along with Linden.
And Lloyd and Randy regularly revise strategies throughout the season.
It looks like Deb Long is playing and coaching this year.
They're going up the middle, over the 30, the 40, the 50, first down.
Capital City Realty and Property Management. When service matters, call on the home team.
We've already said that happy people are not always grateful, but grateful people are almost always happy. Let's think about that. Of all the grateful people we know, how many of them are miserable? Zero. How do we remain grateful during the busy lives we lead by being intentional? The most rewarding things in our lives take a great amount of intention. One of the best ways is to count our blessings. You don't start naming them. To simply stop and count your blessings and use your attitude of it. This is John Walker, Christian Central 21 night from Eagles with my blessings.
Subaru drivers, here's great news. Keep driving with a 5-star safety rating. Repair your collision damage Subaru at Helena's only Subaru Certified Collision Network shop, Capital Collision Center. After passing training, tools, and technology certifications and completing service and facility standards, Capital Collision Center has earned this official designation from Subaru of America. Montana State law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you get it repaired. Choose Helena's only Subaru Certified Repair shop, Capital Collision Center on Euclid. For your next night out, head to that all-American family-style restaurant, the Overland Express, on 11th Avenue. The Overland features prime rib bacon, fresh seafood, mouth-watering salads, and homemade soup table. Life is too short to miss a special place like the Overland Express. When you're looking for a real meal and not a meal of greasy food on a bun, make your choice the Overland Express, an all-American dining tradition of its own. In Helena since 1975. The Overland Express on 11th Avenue.
Great games, great snacks, great customer service, lots of great winners, and one cranky mom. Hi, this is Jenny from the Gold Island Casino. There is nothing that gets us more excited than watching our customers get a big payout. And we all know it drives Ron crazy, but we love it. We've got all the newest games with all the fun bonus rounds, especially on our Montana Golds. So fun. Come see us, get a drink, hit a jackpot, and say Nanny Boo Boo to Ron. It'll make our day. Gold Island Casino, next to the dollar store in Northgate Plaza. The luck starts here.
HD3000 K235BW Helena. Super hits of the 60s, 70s, and more. It's still your home for the Carroll College Saints. Rewind 94.9.
Saints kickoff starts now. Bridgewater looking for the end zone. Tony Collins. Touchdown, Carroll College. This is Carroll College football on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com.
Carroll College looks to upset the 22nd ranked team in the country today, as it is Saints and the Bulldogs here on Rewind 94.9. Hey everybody, I'm Jason Walker alongside the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte in the Cochran Insurance broadcast booth. This beautiful rendition of the national anthem done by a Carroll young lady student here at Carroll College. But Coach, this is a game that both teams need to win. For Carroll, it's a different reason because they need to get back to 500. They need to come back off of that big-time loss last week to the College of Idaho. For Montana Western, they need to win to keep pace with the College of Idaho and also Montana Tech in that race for who is going to win the Frontier Conference.
And I think that the added motivation for Carroll is this is Western. And Western sort of had their number here a little bit lately. And, you know, Carroll's not used to that. They really aren't, to be honest with you. But you got to give credit to Coach Norris and the Western Bulldogs for what they've done, what they've accomplished, how they've resurrected that program over there. But but Carroll definitely would like to get back on the winning track against Western. It's been a while.
It has been a couple of years as the Western has won 4 in a row. Carroll won the toss. They will defer to the second half, and so the Bulldogs will go on offense first. And when you look at the Bulldog offense, it starts with John Jund at quarterback, 1,336 yards. He is second in the conference, just behind the freshman Brendan Medina, who's at 1,359. But Jund leads the conference along with Medina, 12 touchdowns apiece. And the Saints defense is going to get tested right away, Coach.
Well, the pass defense has been a little bit of an Achilles heel, and I'm not exactly sure why, because I like the secondary. I like every one of those kids. I think they're good cover guys. They're good football players. Pass rush, maybe that can be improved, but the secondary, the whole defense in the past defensive game has not been what the coaches need if they're going to be successful in this league. And today they're going to get tested. John Jund is a heck of a quarterback.
It's like Eli Benedict and Trey Mounts back deep for Western, awaiting the kick from Stephen Powell. And the wind has died down just before kickoff here, which is very nice.
Yes.
It is still chilly. As Powell kicking off right to left. Saints in the home purples with the whites, gold numbers, and the kick to Mounts, who goes straight up the near side and gets to the 29-yard line. So Western, with the field position, they're going to actually mark him at the 30 as they will start out right away. 50 degrees of kickoff. It feels like 45, though, with that wind. A slight breeze out of the south at 13 miles an hour.
Dylan Kresge with a good play right to start. One of Carroll's linebackers did a real nice job, took on a blocker, and made that tackle.
Kresge, the leading tackler for the Saints coming into today with 34. As Jund will open up on the near right hash mark, moving left to right. He'll hand it off to Kyler Franny. Franny off left tackle, gets up to the 35. A good offensive push from that left side of the line. Gets Prantey up a gain of 5. So it'll be 2nd and 5 coming up. Just underway here inside the Cochran Insurance broadcast booth. Western wearing black pants, white jerseys with red numbers and Bulldogs written across the front of their jerseys. Now the ball on the far left hash mark. Jund with the wind at his back will send trips to the near side right. It's the wide side of the field. Kind of triangle his wide receivers. Fake the handoff to Prantey. Here comes Nate McGree. Just missed the sack, and then Jund is going to throw it away as Peyton Sexy got there. But, wow, what a great rush there by Nate McGree, the junior from Butte Central.
And you talked about Carroll blitzing a little bit more this ballgame. They did not do that much last week. That was part of the game plan. But the 2nd and 5, and Carroll sent 6 that time, and that sort of surprised Western.
Yeah, Nate McGree came in untouched, and Jund just did a great job to avoid him. So now a big 3rd and 5 here as we hit a minute gone by in the opening period. A bunch the formation. Jund back to pass. Saints blitz again. Pass complete on the far sideline, hauling it in. Nate Simpkins, one of the best receivers that Western has had in the last few years, and that's enough for a first down, a gain of 14.
And that's that out pattern that Jund throws so well.
Yep.
And LaFontaine back there just giving up too much room. It's just wide open. You're going to have to get tighter on these receivers.
So 1st and 10 Bulldogs at their own 49. Same formation, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. And again, play action. Jund looking deep downfield, looking for Mounts, and it's knocked away at the last moment. Zach Spiroff, the freshman from Helena High, for Western taking a chance. That was a good throw. Spiroff with better coverage.
Oh, that ball was 60 yards in the air. I mean, he's got a strong arm. He really let that go. Spiroff closed on it. It looked like he was beaten by a step, but he closed.
2 receivers left, 2 right. 2nd down and 10 for Jund from the 49. First possession, they set up a little wide receiver screen, and the Saints read that one out, and guess who again? It's Zach Spiroff coming up close quickly on Blake Sentman, and it's a gain of about a half a yard. Spiroff with a couple of big plays in a row here.
Well, they're testing the freshman. They're going at him twice. They know he's out there. He's number 15, and they decided to go after him.
And he's come through twice. So 3rd and 10 officially. 2 minutes gone by, still no score. Western's going to send 5 wide receivers. It'll be Jund from the gun. Saints rush 3. Jund flushed. Garrett Kokab almost got him. Jund's going to head for it, and he's got a first down with his legs up to the 38. That is a gain of 13. But Garrett Kokab wearing a new jersey today, not his 94. He's wearing 62, but he almost got Jund, and Jund just escaped his grasp and rushed for the first down for the Bulldogs at the Saints 38. And that's what both of these quarterbacks in this game do. In fact, every quarterback in the league has that ability.
Just so much athleticism at the quarterback
it's
position.
unbelievable.
Now. Yes, there is. Everywhere you look.
1st and 10 Bulldogs. 12-12 to play in the first quarter. Opening drive of the game. Western's completed a couple of big plays, and looking on the far sideline, Jund overshoots the intended receiver out there. Good coverage.
Kyle Watts. Good coverage, Kyle Watts. We haven't called his name much.
He's been in sparingly and a little bit more and more lately.
Yeah, he's got some speed. You could see it right there.
That pass intended for Walker McKittrick, who had the winning touchdown.
And normally Isaiah King is the boundary cornerback, but they've got given Kyle a shot. Kyle a shot.
2nd down and 10. King looks like he's going to blitz. Saints show blitz here. King forces Prantey inside, and Kresge helps clean it up, and along with Cole Greff, but a nice job at Kokab too, but a nice job by Isaiah King. He rushed from the edge, came up on a corner blitz, and forced Prantey back inside, and then there was 3 Saints waiting there. And it'll be 3rd and 12, but Western has completed a couple of big 3rd downs on this drive alone. 1 on the pass and 1 with Jund's legs. But it's 3rd and 12 here with 11:30 to go in the quarter. At the 40-yard line of Carroll. Jund back to pass. Looking across the middle, completes it to Simpkins. Simpkins escapes a tackle. He's inside the 20 and finally brought down by McGree at the 12-yard line. And again, a 3rd down conversion from the arm of John Jund sets up the Bulldogs in the Mike Miller State Farm red zone. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 12.
Well, Carroll in their nickel package with 5 DBs out there that time, but they never looked like they were quite confident in what they were trying to do. They were moving around quite a bit right before the ball was snapped.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the near right. The ball on the near right hash mark for Jund, who has Prantey in the backfield. Takes the snap, and he is hammered! Nate McGree, untouched, levels Jund back at the 18-yard line.
And that is what Carroll has not had. That takes so much pressure off the secondary because there were guys open. He had people open, but he just did not get a chance to deliver it.
And Nate McGree, who almost got him earlier on this drive, gets him there. This drive coming up on almost 5 minutes. First drive of the ball game. They stack receivers right and left. Prantey off the left hip of Jund. Back now on 2nd and 16. And Jund's going to take off himself. Jund to the 5. Jund down to the 1. And Jund is going to be marked down just shy of the end zone. That was a 17.5-yard run.
Isaiah King came on a safety blitz. Western was able to pick him up. Jund saw it, and he ran right where Isaiah vacated. Just a perfect play by Jund.
1st and goal at the 3-inch line, basically. That ball is, the tip of the ball is almost touching the goal line. They'll go Prantey standing behind Jund. Handoff Kyler Prantey, who stood up and does not get to the end zone. In fact, I think he lost about a football length. McGree in there, Peyton Sexy, Cole Greff, all standing up Prantey.
Yeah, Dylan Kresge took on a blocker there and stuffed that play.
Jund tries to sneak it himself, going tempo, and he loses a yard back to 1.5.
Welcome to Dylan Kreskeville. That's another stop by Dylan. 2 in a row.
He's had a very nice
Yes, he did.
first part of this game.
Yeah.
So we hit 9:08 to go in the quarter. It's 3rd and goal now, and Western has gone back a full yard on 2 rush attempts. Let's see what they draw up here. Brandy will stand to the right hip of Jund. The ball on the far left hash mark. Heavy set in, 3 receivers to the right. Look for maybe a run to the left. Nope, they faked it. They throw it. Simpkins catches it. Touchdown, Western.
Just a little slant pattern.
A very quick slant. Nice play action to Pranty. Jund right across the middle of the field in the end zone. Touchdown. That's a very impressive drive, kept alive by 3 big third downs.
John Jund just, I don't know if he can play any better than that, because that's about as well as you can see a quarterback play that drive, passing and running.
Couple of big runs as Mark Kurchenko's extra point is good. 8:46 to go in the first quarter. And on the Capital Collision Center scoreboard, it is the Bulldogs 7, the Saints nothing. We're back in a minute. This is Carroll College football on Rewind at 94.9.
If you need new beds, you won't believe the values you'll find on the great selection of beds at Rucker Furniture. At Rucker, you'll find certain icons, most comfortable beds in Helena. And check out the new selection of Sierra Sleep beds. If you're on a tight budget, queen sets start at only $349. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. Remember this, if you need a new bed, shop Rucker Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
The name implies tires. Seems obvious. Eagle Tire. Tires are a good start. Eagle Tire also can help you with 18 other automotive service and repair categories. Now, I'd lose you if I named all 18 right now. This time of the year, next to good traction from your tires, what about your brakes? Eventually, you've got to stop. For 40 years, Helena has trusted Eagle Tire. They're your one stop for brakes. So stop on in to Eagle Tire, across from Eagle Lube Express on North Montana by the tracks.
Opening drive for the 22nd ranked Bulldogs of the University of Montana Western. John Jund, a 2-yard touchdown pass to Nate Simpkin. 14 plays, 71 yards, took 6:14. And Mark Kurchenko will kick it away to Jaden Harrison and Shane Sipes. And Carroll's doing something a little bit different. They're not splitting out their kick returners. They're going to kind of hide Sipes behind Harrison at the 3-yard line, and now they're going to separate. Everybody's been kicking to Sipes lately, and it's good to see him back out. He took a pop last week.
He wasn't quite the same after that. He did take a real good hit.
He did score late in the game, and they're going to kick it off to Sipes. He'll take it at the 5. Sipes straight up the middle of the field. Sipes to the 25, and Sipes is going to be drugged down just across the 26-yard line, and that is where Carroll heads out to 27 as Devin Bridgewater takes the offense out. Bridgewater, 9 touchdown passes on the year.
You could just see the energy that Tony Collins has out there. He is just full of energy and fire and desire. I'd like to see him get going early in this ball game. He's a Carroll tight end, very talented young man.
Bridgewater's pass for 1,028 yards. And he'll line up under center, receiver right, and Joe Ferris left. Sipes to the top side. He'll play action, roll to his right, look deep downfield, looking for Sipes, who's double teamed, and it's short. Coaching staff wants a pass interference. I don't know if there was contact. And for the, this is game number 6, so for the 5th time in 6 games, Carroll takes a shot on its opening play.
On this wide side of the field, Joe Ferris had blown by his wide receiver, but Bridgewater never really took a look at him. And number 8, the cornerback, Jackson Thompson, reached out and grabbed him and pulled him back.
So 2nd down and 10. 2 tight end set. Stratton will go in motion. Now he's right next to Tony Collins. Hand off to Major Ali. Flag comes in. Ali's across the 30 up to the 35. He'll be shy of the 1st down. We'll wait and see what the flag is. And it looks like it's coming back. false start, so the play never happened. So
And that's the old Washington Redskin tray play. They pull the tackle and the guard. He starts to the right and then comes behind those two big blockers. That's something I haven't seen Carroll do, but I like it. Carroll's offensive line is athletic and mobile.
yeah, and they played very well this year.
Yes. And they can do that sort of thing.
Alex Gasson has done a great job in his first year running that O-line. Of course, he knows what he's doing. He was pretty darn good center on that O-line for Carroll early part of this decade. So second down and 15. Handoff to Matthew Burgess. Burgess off right tackle, gets up across the original line of scrimmage. That's a gain of 6.
Well, Castens and Fanninsteel both played offensive line at Carroll. They're the most experienced coaches in the program. They played here. They've coached here 4 or 5 years. And they're responsible for the offensive line and the wide receivers. And it really helps to have those two experienced guys to help with all these first-year guys, because everybody else is a first-year guy in this league.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Eric Dawson in his first year coaching, he just graduated. Reese Heibel retired last year. 3rd and 9 for Carroll. Western converted a bunch of third downs on its opening drive. Carroll looking to convert one here, and they're gonna, because Devin Bridgewater, did he get it? It's gonna be close. He did.
They did, yeah.
Wow. I didn't know if he knew.
And this is what Devin brings to the table.
Yep. And that's what he couldn't do last week.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think some of that was the speed. College Idaho. They just tremendous speed.
You know, I said to some people, they asked me, what was College of Idaho like last week? I said it was a lot like those 2014, 2015 Southern Oregon teams. The speed on defense was so good. Trip to the right now, 1st and 10, Carroll moving right to left, trailing 7-0. 6:30 to go here in the opening quarter. First possession for the Saints. Bridgewater's going to get flushed. Bridgewater's going to escape a tackle. Bridgewater's going to slide down at the 44-yard line. It'll be 3rd down, and about 3 coming up.
Now, that was an interesting defense. That time, Western in what you call a zone blitz, where you drop your defensive linemen and send your linebackers. And it's very difficult for a young quarterback to pick that up if you're trying to cue on somebody. All of a sudden, the guy you're looking at, he isn't where he's supposed to be.
2nd and 4. Pull both left side guys, and Bridgewater hands it off to Burgess, who's up across the 50. That play was designed to go right up the middle, and Burgess cut it outside, and he's got a first down.
Yeah.
At the Western 48. And I got to say, this field is in amazing condition still.
You got to give it off to Steve Jones and his ground crew.
Man.
They work at this every day. They've got a lot of other responsibilities, but they take tremendous pride in this field.
1st and 10, Saints. Ball on the far right hash mark, trailing 7-0. 5:20 to go in the first. Bridgewater, quick throw. Sipes, far sideline. Caught. Knocked out of bounds at the 42.
The thing I like about that is to get Sipes involved early. That's just a little quick hitter, picks up 6-7 yards. Get him involved early. If they're gonna play back and try to stop him from going over the top on the deep ball, throw those little short gimme passes to him. And give Bridgewater some confidence at the same time.
No doubt. 2nd down and 3. Sipes, leading receiver for the Saints. Handoff Ali. Ali pushes forward into the middle of the pile, and he'll have a first down by about a yard up to the 37-yard line. So the Saints, with 4:40 to play in the first quarter, they keep driving, trailing 7-0.
Right guard Andrew Carter for Carroll got what you call a pancake block. That's where you knock a guy all the way to the ground and then stand and look at him.
Yeah, you knock him down, you pancake him, and give him a little bit of butter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ferris in motion from right to left, top to bottom. Handoff, Ali, a little counter play, and Ali tracked down from behind.
Nice cut by Ali.
Tackle made by Eric Weaver.
Very patient. He was patient. Let the thing set up. A half a step more speed, and it would have been a big gainer. Just a half a step.
Second down and about 5 at the 32 for the Saints. Bulldogs leading at 7-0, 3:48 to play, first quarter. We might have a quarter where each team just touches it once.
Could happen.
The way it's going right now. Western, a 6-minute 14 drive. Carroll's had it for over 5 minutes now. Saints set up the option, and Bridgewater had nowhere to pitch it, nowhere to go, and did the ball come loose? Western saying it did. Bridgewater and the officials say no, it's still Carroll ball, but that is a loss of a couple back to the 34-yard line.
We haven't seen Carroll run that speed option very much, but that Western defended that very well. Jason, Western had a lot of trouble last week in Butte defending against the run. Montana Tech really was successful.
Well, they gave up nearly 400 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 7 for the Saints. Just under 3 minutes to play first quarter. A couple of receivers bottom side. Sipes and Ferris top side. Short side of the field as Bridgewater back to throw. Has time. Has all sorts of time. Now he's got to flush and roll. Now he's going to throw. It's caught by Sipes inside the 15. It'll be a first down for the Saints.
And Sipes really went and caught that ball. That was a 50-50 ball, and he just made up his mind he wanted that a little bit more than the defender did.
Saints set up now inside the Mike Miller State Farm Red Zone for all your auto, home, or renter's insurance. Call Mike Miller at State Farm. 1st and 10, Carroll at the 13 with 2:22 to go in the first quarter. Western leading at 7-0.
They're going to run out of time on the clock here. It's down to 9 already.
They break the huddle. They get set up. 5. Bridgewater's going to get it snapped off with 2 on the play clock. Ali off the right side across the 10 before he's brought down at about the 8-yard line. So 2nd down coming up for the Saints as we hit just under 2 minutes now.
Carroll running that time behind their big offensive tackle, Alex Hoffman. They love him. Big, mobile guy. They're rotating Sam Stratton, senior tight end, who's a tremendous blocker. He's listed at 6'6", 265, and they like to bring him in on these rundowns.
They'll send Wildcat formation. Bridgewater way out on the right side. Burgess takes the direct snap. Burgess gets a block from Ali. Burgess across the 5, and then he's knocked backwards at the 5-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down coming up. The Saints can get a first down at the 3, but it'll be 3rd and short as Collins heads back in now, along with Hunter Meekum, the freshman from Las Vegas. Saints are going to go full heavy here on 3rd and 2. Looking to answer Western. A minute to play in the quarter. 7-zip Bulldogs. I formation. Heavy set, handoff Burgess. He did not get there. Western's defensive line blew up Carroll's O-line, and it'll be 4th down.
James Aragon, number 96 from Spokane, Washington, Lewis and Clark High School, got good penetration, blew that play up.
And Stephen Powell comes on. He's been the place kicker the last couple of weeks now. Jaden Harrison to hold. So 4th down. And the Saints unable to convert and match for a touchdown. We'll try for a field goal here from the far right hash mark. This one about a 22-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold, and good kick. So 5 seconds to play in the quarter, and the Saints pulled it within 7-3, and we'll stay here. Carroll College football brought to you in part by John Lagerquist Realtor with Century 21. You experience relentless excellence in your real estate transactions. Call John Lagerquist at Century 21. Along with your Montana Toyota dealers and Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture. And First Community Bank working together for you. So the Saints don't get the touchdown, but they do get at least on the board with a field goal. And Western leads at 7-3 with 5 seconds to play. And how about that? A 14-play drive that went 67 yards. Took 8:41. So we've had 28 plays in this game. And time of possession favors Carroll 8:41 to 6:14.
Yeah, 5 seconds left in the quarter. and each team has just had one possession.
How about that?
That is amazing. Yeah.
But give credit to Western's defense
Yeah.
for coming up big there on that third down,
They
and
did.
really the second down play too, and stopping Carroll, holding the Saints to a field goal.
Yeah. They got a little penetration, which is what you have to do to blow up that running game. Just enough penetration there with their D-line, and they're able to get themselves a stop. Otherwise, it's tied up.
But instead, it's 7-3 with 5 seconds to play here in the first. Well, competitive game.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what teams can do if they have the ball for more than one possession in a quarter.
Well, Carroll's defense now, they've had a chance to figure out, hey, we got to do something to contain Jund.
You know what? I don't know if I've ever seen that where one team, or each team has just one possession in an entire quarter.
Yeah, and it's pretty unusual.
So Powell, the left footer, will kick it away.
The punter didn't get much work that quarter on either team.
No, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
As Mounts takes the kickoff at the goal line. He'll come up the near sideline at the numbers, hit at the 20, push back, great open field tackle, and then a huge block from Western came in kind of late, but nice job. I think Dylan Kresge once again in there.
Oh, he's just a player. He's the first one down and got the good hit.
Thomas Robitaille was there as well, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. End of one in Helena on the Capital Collision Center scoreboard. It's the Bulldogs 7, the Saints 3. We're back in a minute. This is Carroll College football on Rewind 94.9.
Presenting the all-new 3-row 2019 Subaru Ascent from Placer Motors. It's the biggest SUV they've ever made, with room for up to 8. Choice of second-row captain's chairs or bench seating, plus standard symmetrical all-wheel drive with up to 27 miles per gallon. The 2019 Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever. EPA estimated highway fuel economy for 2019 Subaru Ascent and Ascent Premium models with standard equipment. Actual mileage may vary. Test drive the 2019 Subaru Ascent today at Placer Motors.
Why pay more? At Furniture Showroom, we're making mattress buying great again. If you're in the market for a new bed, check out our therapeutic beds. At Furniture Showroom, we have a great selection of therapeutic beds in plush, firm, and pillow top, all at extremely affordable prices. Plus, 12-month financing is available with approved credit. Ask for details. If you want a great bed at a great price, get your new therapeutic bed from Furniture Showroom, 2200 North Last Chance Gulch in Helena.
Carroll 2 out of 3, and right now it's the difference in the ball game because the Saints couldn't convert on third down at the 5 and kick a field goal. And Coach, that's where we stand.
Right. John Jund, the Western quarterback, just had a tremendous opening drive. When he needed to run it, he ran it. When he needed to throw it, he threw it. Very accurate passes, and he just looks like, the leading quarterback in the conference. Although there's a guy named Peterson who would probably give you a little bit of argument there.
Yeah, definitely. Hand off to Pranny. And he'll get up across the 25 down to the 26-yard line. Gain of about 4.5. Second down for the Bulldogs. They'll send 3 receivers to the near side left. Ball on the far right hash mark as Western now working right to left. A very quick first quarter. John, he was trying to set up a screen, and Chase Bowen and Cole Greff read it perfect. Greff got to the quarterback, Jund, and Bowen got to the football, knocked it down. Otherwise, that's a pick 6 if he could catch it.
Bowen on a blitz that time, and Jund didn't see him coming. He kind of just turned and threw it. And like you said, that could have been a pick 6.
It'll be 3rd and 6. Call it 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. Well, they're 4 for 4 on third down on that first drive. Let's see what they can do here on third down on their second drive. Jund, Saints blitz. Jund hammered as he threw it. Nate McGree has gotten to Jund once, almost got to him another time, and then he leveled him as Jund threw it, and the Saints force a punt.
Well, Carroll is not content to sit back and play coverage. They are blitzing just about every play right now, and I think that they've just decided that they got to get a pass rush on this guy. He's just too good.
And it's been working, aside from a touchdown, but it is 7-3 as Western will punt it away. It'll be Joseph Lima. Saints look like they're going to come after it. They do. Lima gets it away. Short kick. Harrison takes it on a bounce at the 35.
He's got some room.
Escapes the tackle. Now he's head up the far sideline. He's going to run out of bounds at the 49. Pretty decent return there on a short punt. And a flag comes in back at the 40 or 35-yard line of Western. So we'll see what the call is. Also,
well, that far back, it's hard to say who that penalty's on. That was way back behind where the kick was taken.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be on Carroll, the way the Western defense is walking back.
So it'll be 15 yards from Carroll will have to go back, but they don't lose possession. That was what I was concerned about, where that penalty was thrown.
It was after the kick, so man, it's going way back.
Yeah, that cost them about 30 yards there.
From the 49 back to the 31-yard line. It's an 18-yard penalty.
Yeah.
All right, so the Saints back at their own 26. 1st and 10. Moving left to right. Bridgewater will hand it off. This will be a free play. And Ali across the 35. Ali up to the 40. Saints caught the Bulldogs off sides. So that's a free play, and the Saints will have a first down. Kyle Schulte got caught, the redshirt junior from Butte Central. So 1st and 10, Saints up at the 41 after the nice run by Ali of 15 yards. 56-yard run would be nice too. Kyle Pierce and Ferris, top side to the left. Handoff Ali comes right. Gets a block from Collins, and then Jason Ferris shed the block, comes up with the tackle.
Jason Ferris is an unbelievably talented football player, but he's got an awful lot to say out there right now. He's unhappy about something, he's after the Carroll players, he's after the refs.
That was a good block by Collins, and Ferris did a great job just shedding the block.
Yes,
and tackling Ali. I mean, he did a very nice job. It'll be 2nd down and 8. 13 and a half to go here in the first half. It is 7-3 Western. Each team averages about 33 points on the offensive side. Bridgewater throwing to Collins, who got open behind Schulte, and Collins breaks the tackle, and he's across the 20. Finally brought down at the 20, or at the 15-yard line. A huge run by Tony Collins. And the Saints are going to try to go tempo here, quickly to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 1st and 10 inside the Mike Miller State Farm red zone. And they're going to blow the play dead, and Coach Purcell's going to have an argument out here. He's all the way out to the numbers. Saints went tempo. The officials blew the play dead. Everybody was set. Western was set. Nobody was substituting. And they're going to replay the down.
I don't get that.
They're going to say that Carroll needed to give, or the umpire needed to let Western substitute, but the thing is, they don't have to do exactly.
Only
Carroll
if Carroll
didn't substitute. Yep,
only
that's exactly right.
Carroll did not substitute.
So Carroll kind of getting hosed on that one. Play clock hits 15, and the play's still not being sent in.
Yeah.
So here it finally comes. They'll break the huddle with 9 on the play clock.
Coach Purcell is still trying to get that.
And he's got a good beat.
Yes, he does.
Play clock at 3, 1st and 10. Handoff Burgess left side. Burgess going to be hit by Ferris. Burgess spun out. Ferris held on to him.
Jason, on the long pass play to Collins, Jason Ferris blitzed, and J.D. Lyle did a great job of picking him up and giving Bridgewater time to find Collins for that long gainer.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. 12:15 to go in the half. Western leading 7-3. Bridgewater with Ali to his left hip. Burgess standing behind Bridgewater, 3 yards deep. Hand off to Burgess. He'll get across the line of scrimmage. And down to about the 13.5. So 3rd and long coming up here for the Saints as they try to take the lead with a touchdown if they can. Saints in the huddle. 3rd and 8 at the 13. 7-3 Bulldogs with 11:30 to go in the half. Collins and Sipes to the left. Ferris split out to the right. And now Sipes in motion from left to right. He'll set up in the slot. Gets set at the hash. Ali in Bridgewater. Snap. They're going to throw it to Sipes, and that was way overthrown in the end zone. That wasn't close to anybody. The intended receiver appeared to be Sipes.
Well,
the Saints are going to have to try a field goal.
I don't quite know why Sipes ran. They ran him in motion to get him in the slot. And when you put him in the slot, that means he's going to have a safety on him. And Carroll only needed about 7-8 yards there. And I think if he'd have cut it off, he could have got some separation. But he ran like a streak pattern. I couldn't quite figure that out.
So Powell from the far left hash mark. This will be a 31-yard attempt. Harrison to hold. Good snap. Powell's field goal is on the way. With the wind at his back, it's good.
Good kick.
So it's 11:08 to go on the Capital Collision Center scoreboard. First half here in Helena. It's the Bulldogs 7, the Saints 6. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College Football on Rewind 94.9.
And the home team breaks the huddle. Terry Alt steps up to the line with O'Neill and Clark out on the wings.
Capital City Realty is on a 6-year run. They've added Haley Solon to the backfield along with Linden.
And you know, Lori and Randy regularly revise strategies throughout the season.
It looks like Deb Long is playing and coaching this year.
They're going up the middle, over the 30, the 40, the 50, first down.
Capital City Realty and Property Management. When service matters, call on the home team.
All banks want you to open new accounts, and they give you lots of choices. But we don't think that's enough. Once you have an account, it's our responsibility to help you grow it. And that's why we offer a free financial education program designed to give you all the knowledge you'll need to make decisions you'll feel good about. So when you open an account with us, let's talk about what you need to know to get your account working for you. First Community Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jason Walker, Gary Turcotte back. 11:08 to play first half inside the Cochran Insurance broadcast booth. 7-6, Bulldogs lead.
Jason, during that period after during the timeout, the Carroll coaches were trying to talk to the officials to explain why did you stop and let Western reset their defense when we were trying to go hurry up. And I don't think that Carroll got a good answer. I think that could have very well, that would have been a big gainer. Western was not ready on that hurry up play that Carroll ran.
No, they weren't. And I think Carroll had a good beef there as Powell kicks it away. It'll be taken by Mounts at about the 6-yard line. He'll head up the far right sideline. He'll get outside the numbers, breaks a tackle at the 25, across the 30, still on his feet, and finally going to be brought down at about the 34-yard line. 7-6, Bulldogs lead, 10:57 to play here in the first half. You're also listening to this game on KDBM Dillon, our good friends down there. We appreciate you taking the feed as always. John and the gang at KDBM. So first and 10, Bulldogs now with a 7-6 lead. Saints with 6 unanswered on a couple of field goals. Each team has only had the ball twice.
Yeah.
This is Western's third ball attempt now. As Junn's going to roll out to the left. He'll throw to the left, and it's going to be caught by McKittrick on the sideline at the 40. Spearoff with a whole lot of room there. Gave up, and McKittrick wide open. And
well, this is what Dillon was so successful. In Dillon, Western was so successful with those out patterns.
Gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 at the 40. Ball in the near left hash mark now for the Bulldogs, who move from the PE Center towards Centennial Park. Right to left. And that wind has really picked up. Handoff to Pranny, and he stood up about a yard, maybe 2, across the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and short coming up for the Bulldogs.
I'll tell you, Dylan Kresge's going to end up with a huge number of tackles again. He was all over that one again. And Carroll has been done a good job of stopping Western's run game so far.
So far, yeah. Western at
big third down here.
35 yards rushing. Carroll 63. It'll be 3rd and 3 officially at the 41. Saints with a 4-man front. Jund is going to hand it off to Pranny. Pranny's going to try to get the first down. He dives for it. Is Craig Kine. Actually, that was not Craig Kine. That was Seamus Tully, who had him by the ankles, and Pranny just jumped out of the grasp and got to the 46 at the first down.
Yeah, he's a good back. He's strong. That would have been tough to take him down right there with that angle.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, who are now 5 out of 6 on 3rd down. Unofficially. A couple of receivers topside. The Saints show blitz. They bring 5, bring 6. Jund throwing over the middle, and he just overshoots Mounts by a couple of yards. Tell you what, Jund is not afraid to air it out, and that was a heck of a throw into the wind.
Yeah.
I mean, that was...
He's got a strong arm.
Man.
He just overthrew that.
He's overthrown a couple of times today here already.
Yeah.
First couple was in the first quarter, and the ball was behind him with the wind at his back.
And they are really trying to go at Spearoff, and I think that might be a mistake. Zach Spearoff is better than people think. He's just a freshman.
He's already had some big plays this season. Play action. Jund flushed by Isaiah King. Throws it up. Dangerous pass. There was 6 purple jerseys and 1 white jersey.
And Western thinks right now that there was roughing the passer.
That was a good hit.
It was a good hit. The complaint they might have had, Isaiah King came down on him with his body weight. And I'm not exactly sure if that is a penalty or not. I know, like in the NFL,
it is in the NFL.
But I don't know about
Clay Matthews.
But it was not a late hit.
No, definitely not.
But
dangerous throw for Jund.
Yeah.
And he had his helmet got knocked off, so he's leaving the field on 3rd and 10. And Sean Miller in. And Miller, bigger quarterback, is going to be about 9 yards shy as he was flushed and had to run.
Big, but not as quick. Didn't have the speed.
6'1", 230 out of Snake River, Idaho.
Yeah, he's a big man, but not the speed that Jund has.
And so there'll be a punt coming up for Joseph Lima. Jaden Harrison stands back at his 12-yard line. Number 12 at the 12. 7-6, Western leading, 8:20 to play here in the opening half. Saints look as if they're going to send. Instead, they set up for the return. And great kick by Lima. Hits at the 5 and goes into the end zone for a touchback. That was a beautiful punt into the wind. It's about a 15-mile-per-hour breeze. And it's actually, if you look at the flags, Coach, it's going, the ones closest to the PE Center are almost going towards the PE Center, and the ones by the scoreboard are almost going towards the soccer playing field or practice field. So it's like a swirling breeze here at Nelson.
And that's 3 defensive stops in a row by Carroll, and they're doing it with the blitz. I think they took a look at the film last week and said, we just can't get pressure with our front 4, not enough. We're gonna bring our corners, we're gonna bring our safeties, we're gonna bring our linebackers, and they've been successful. The last 3 possessions for Western Carroll has gotten stops.
8:11 to go in the half, 7-6. Western leading. Carroll has been able to get a couple of field goals after the first touchdown of the day. So far, the only one by John Jund that connected with Nate Simpkins. Carroll football is brought to you in part by Placer Motors. Your Helena Subaru dealer is Placer Motors, family owned for over 75 years.
That wind is really starting to pick up now. It's at the start of the ball game, it had completely stopped. It's a good 15 mile an hour, 15 to 20, I would say, right now.
States football also brought to you in part by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle and your choice where to have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Furniture Showroom. Why pay more? Every day is a great day to buy new home furnishings at Furniture Showroom. And Money Train Casino for the best happy hour and huge wins. All aboard the Money Train Casino. Saints with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. Ball in the near right hash mark as Carroll works left to right here in the second quarter. Trailing 7-6. Hand off to Ali, who's hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll get a gain of about 3 up to the 23.
So that Ferris, he is. You better figure out somebody go block him every single time. Just a tremendous outside middle linebacker for Western, and he stuffed that play.
Just got a text message from good friend Anna DeMars, who's in the crowd, the former Rocky golfer, but also more important, a Townsend State champ. But she's in the crowd. She says it is cold in the seats right now.
Yeah.
Handoff again to Ali, looking for a hole. Gets around left end. He'll get up to the 28, so it'll be 3rd and 3 coming up. Mark it back at the 27 officially. And according to our weather app, it is just a breeze at 12 miles per hour. But it has shifted from the south-southeast to the north-northwest. And it is definitely blowing more than 12, I guarantee you right now. 49 feels like 44 out there. So. In fact, we actually have our window shut. We normally like the window open.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But it is chilly. Saints with a 3rd and 3. Trailing 7-6 with 6:50 to go in the half. Handoff to Ali. And he slips down and loses a half a yard, and the Saints are going to be forced to punt for the first time today.
I think he slipped on his cut. He had some room there. If he hadn't slipped.
Matt Kvek will be on to punt. Saints, for the first time, will punt it away today, trailing 7-6. Good snap. There's the rollout, rugby-style kick, and it's going to hit at the 40. And it bounces off a Western player, off his helmet, and he, luckily, tracks it down. And I'll give you the number. It is Kevin McCrae coming down, the redshirt freshman from Vegas. It bounced
off his helmet.
It hit the ground, hit his helmet.
It looked like a soccer player heading it. He really did. I mean, he almost kind of headbutted it.
That was a live ball, and he, fortunately for the Bulldogs, came down with it at the 30-yard line. He dove on it, covered it up. So 1st and 10 Western at their own 30. 6:07 to go. First half leading 7-6, but Western's offense has been stymied since the first drive. Jund, as the Saints again show blitz, they'll bring 6. Pranny off the right end. Pranny's got a first down across the 40 to the 45 and up to the 49-yard line. Huge run, 19 yards for Kyler Pranty.
And, of course, when you blitz, then you give up some gap integrity there. And Western caught – the blitz was coming from the right side, and Western ran away from the blitz.
Well, that's kind of what you want to do, right?
Smart move, yep. I don't know if you audible to that or if they had it called.
Handoff, Pranny. He'll have another first down as he just bursts his way through across the 45 to the 41 of Carroll. Another first down for the Bulldogs. So by far their best offense since the first drive. But it is working for him right now.
And he took a shot. Franny took a shot that time. He's going to need to get off the field for a little bit.
First and 10, Battling Bears leading at Northern. I'll give you that score in a second. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Far right hash mark, Jund pressured. He'll keep it himself. Jund's got all sorts of running room, trying to get a block across the 20 to the 15. Still on his feet, knocked out of bounds by Parker Stenderson at the 5-yard line. That is a great run for the redshirt freshman, John Jund.
Well, you can see how much speed he has. You know, a lot of quarterbacks, that's a 10, 15-yard gain, but he just has got that extra little bit of burst and made a big play there.
30-yard run.
Yeah.
35-yard run. He's down to the 6. First and goal inside the Mike Miller State Farm red zone. Jundelson trips to the right. He'll keep it himself. Gets a block. Jund into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. So they answer a couple of stalled out drives with a nice drive. Everything done on the run. A couple of big runs by Kyler Pranny. Jund finishes it off. And the Bulldogs increase the lead to 7.
And they did get their run game going. That's what started the whole thing. And then the Jund with the big 35-yard scramble, and Western with their second touchdown.
Karchenko on for the PAT with 4:40 to go. Kick is on the way, and the kick is no good. He missed it way left. So it'll stay a one-possession game.
Yeah. So a touchdown ties it up.
Yep, 13-6 on the Capital Collision Center scoreboard. We'll stay
important
here
for
with
Carroll
it.
to answer here now. The last couple of drives stalled out. This is an important drive here.
They've punted for the first time on their last possession. Western goes 4 plays, 70 yards, all on the ground. Took a minute 27. So Western's had a 71-yard drive and a 70-yard drive, and they lead 13-6. Western with a couple of touchdowns, however, and Carroll with a couple of field goals, and that's the difference right now in this game. Rocky, a couple of touchdown passes from Drew Korf, leading at Northern 14-7.
And that's the game you picked an upset.
I did pick Northern.
Yes,
well, they led. That's in the second quarter. Northern led 7-0 at the end of 1.
And there is a front coming in here. You can feel it coming in. We could end up with rain here in the second half.
Well, it's supposed to hit about 2 or 3 o'clock. And you can start to see it kind of coming in around Mount Helena as Karchenko kicks it off. Sipes will take it at the goal line. He'll have the far or near right side and then cut it back to the left, middle of the field, gets across the 20 up to about the 23. So that's where Carroll heads back out, trailing now 13-6, 4:28 to play in the half. Other Frontier action, Tech is at the College of Idaho, Southern Oregon at Eastern Oregon. We won't have finals of those two by the time we're done. Bobcats have the week off after getting hammered by Sac State at home last week. Sac State at home this week hosting Montana and looking for a third straight upset. Sac State, though, vaulting into the top 15 now. They are 15th in the country after beating the Eagles of Eastern Washington and the Bobcats back-to-back. Bridgewater's flushed, escapes one sack, and then he rolls right into the other, back at the 13-yard line. That is a loss of 10. It'll be second and long coming up for the Saints with 4 minutes to play in the half, trailing 13-6. Bridgewater did a nice job evading the first sack, but then when he turned and kind of rolled, he rolled right into the pile and is brought down for the sack.
And Carroll was unable to protect him that time. He just did not have time to get back and go through his reads.
Second down at 20, back at the 13. Bridgewater's going to hand it off to Ali, and he's going to be chased down from behind, but he breaks out of the tackle across the 20, and a gain of about 9. He got up to the 22, and I thought he was going to be brought down way back at the 15.
Good to see him break a tackle like that. That could have been a no-gainer. And that gets you like 3rd and 12 is a lot better than 3rd and 19.
3rd and 11 with 3:15 to go here in the first half. Western leading Carroll 13-6. Bridgewater's going to audibilize. Got 10 on the play clock. Two receivers left. That's Ferris and Pierce. Sipes and Harrison to the near side. Ball on the far side as Bridgewater rolls, has time to throw. There's nobody downfield. Bridgewater takes it himself, gets to the 30. He'll be shy of the first down, though, by about 3 yards. So it'll be 4th down coming up with 2:45 to play in the half, and we'll see what the Saints are going to do. It looks like they're going to send out the punt unit.
I think you have to punt.
It's
here.
a smart decision,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You hate to give the ball back to Jund with 2.5 minutes left in the half.
And 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
Rocky and Northern tied at 14 up at Havre as Kvek's punt taken on a bounce, short hop by Mounts, and he is drilled to the 32-yard line.
T.J. Abraham, wide receiver from Powell, Wyoming, on a special team, cut himself a big-time tackle.
He just bulldogged a bulldog down.
Yeah, he'll be thinking about that one tonight. That's pretty exciting for him.
That was a great one for T.J. Abraham. 2:24 to go in the half, 13-6. Western in the lead. All 3 timeouts for both teams. Western, well, they've gone 71 yards and 70 yards. This would be about 68 yards if they can take it all the way down against. Well, now they got the wind at their back, I guess. I'm not quite sure, based off the flags, really which direction it's blowing. Is Pranty back in there? I say not Pranty, I beg your pardon.
Sean Cooney.
Sean Cooney, backup running backs from Butte, transfer from Montana State. Gain of about 5.
Pranty took a hit, a pretty severe hit, and he looked like he was hurting a little bit. We'll have to keep an eye to see how much more he plays.
And Kyle Watts is now slow to get up for the Saints out of Tampa, transfer from Reedley Community College. He'll walk off on his own. Chris Ward out there, the head trainer for the Saints now. So 2nd and 5 coming up for the Bulldogs. 2:07 to play in the half. They lead.
Now Trevor Orr's in at running back.
Western has some depth. That's what you want. That's actually Pranty back in there. Pranty across the 40, still across on his feet, the 45, on the 50. The ball comes loose in Saints territory. Isaiah King says the Saints have it. Fauntleroy says the Saints have it. Who does have it? We're going to get a stoppage as Pranty fighting for extra yardage in Saints territory. The ball popped loose, and it's Carroll football on the fumble. Right in front of the Western bench. And Zach Spearoff comes up with it. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
David Peterson was there along with CoCab, but Spearoff is the one that comes up with it. The freshman from Helena High.
Yeah.
Wow. Can you say freshman of the year?
Yeah.
So the Saints get it back with all 3 timeouts. $1:44 to go in the half, trailing 13-6, looking to tie it up here. And the Carroll team will get the ball back as they're going deep. And Sipes thrown into a double team, and it's knocked away. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That ball could have easily been intercepted.
And probably should have been.
He was double covered. There was no chance.
Wind is from the south-southwest.
Yeah, I think the wind might have held that ball up a little bit too.
Yeah, well, if you look at, like I said, if you look at the flags to our left, they're blowing to the left. The flags to the right are blowing to the right. Trips to the near side right. The ball on the far left hash mark. And Bridgewater hands it off to Ali. He'll come this side, get to the hash, and get up to the 44. You know, interesting too. Now we see Burgess. I was just going to say we haven't seen Burgess in a while.
Right.
Since he got hit pretty good on the Saints' second field goal.
And Ollie's been running very effectively. This is as good as I've seen him run. He's
in a while, yeah.
Yeah, he's been breaking tackles.
70 seconds to play. The Saints at their own 44. Have 56 yards to go to tie this up before the half. And Carroll will get the ball to start the second half. Bridgewater back to pass, has time, throws. It's dropped by Ferris at the 45. That would have been enough for a first down. Instead, it'll be a fourth down coming up for the Saints, who are going to have to punt it away.
Well, just as he was pulling it in, the secondary back for Western was able to get his hand and pull his arm down, but geez, you'd like to see him make that catch. And he likes to catch the ball over the middle.
He is the guy across the middle. It feels like a 42 right now. So Kvek set to kick it away. Gets a good kick right to Mounts at the 15. Mounts waits for a couple of guys to pass. Now he's up the near sideline. Mounts to the 30, and he runs out of bounds. And Western, with 45 seconds left, leading 13-6, will head back out with 3 timeouts. And we'll see what they decide to do here after fumbling on the last possession. Kyler Pranty coughing it up.
Trey Mounts has got a little bit of burst. 5'8", 165 sophomore from Belgrade. Got some quickness.
Former Class A player, now Belgrade up in the AA, taking it on the chin each and every week so far this year in their first year at the big boy level.
Welcome to the AA.
No, it has not been pretty for the Panthers. But I think they get Billings Skyview next week and a good chance to get the win because neither team has won. Skyview can't score. Pass over the middle, almost intercepted by Watts. It went off of the hand of Sentman. It was thrown behind Sentman, and Watts just had it fall out of his hands. So it'll be 2nd and 10 with 40 seconds to play in the first half. Ball in the near left hash mark. 5 wide receivers, 3 right, 2 near left. Jund will work from the gun. Kine shows blitz along with Kresge. The Saints are going to send 3 and back off. Jund on a design draw. He's going to try to get out of bounds, and he does. Chased down by McGree and Spearoff. He'll get about 1.5 yards up to the 35. So it'll be 3rd and long coming up for the Bulldogs with 33 seconds and all timeouts to play. That wind has really picked up. You can hear it now in our mics as the storm front moves. You can see the rain in the bird's eye area right now.
Yeah, we're gonna get some weather.
And there's some rain between Mount Helena and Mount Ascension over there. That's going to stay south. That'll head southwest of us, or southeast of us, I guess. As Jund pressured. Jund hits. Line of scrimmage, and Carroll takes the timeout. That is a smart timeout. With 20, they're going to have to add time. They're going to have to put some time back on the clock. Timeout taken by the Saints.
Jason, one of the things that Carroll has done defensively this week that I like is they're taking Isaiah King, who is a real physical, strong football player. They've moved him to an extra safety in their nickel package. And then they've taken Kyle Watts, who is a very good cover guy, a cover corner, and they've moved him out there to cover where Isaiah King was. That gives them an extra defender, and then it gives them more speed on the field with Isaiah King, who's making big plays. Isaiah King is making some big plays and impacting this game in a way that he wasn't able to just at cornerback.
They had 6 seconds back on, so 27 seconds. Saints trailing 13-6, down to 2 timeouts. And Lima set to punt it away. It is 4th and 8. I would think that Western would try a fake here. And Jaden Harrison comes up, so the Saints will have nobody back. Saints are going to go and try to block this one away, as Lima's just going to have to kick it away. He's going to hit it at the 42, and it'll take a Carroll bounce and roll out of bounds on the near sideline about the 39. So, not a great kick. The Saints will have 21 seconds and 2 timeouts.
Have you ever seen that where you rush 11?
Yes.
I haven't seen that too much.
You want to get that one.
I mean,
they're going to mark it right at the 40. So 21 seconds to play with 2 timeouts, trailing 13-6. And they'll send 3 receivers far left. Sipes on the numbers here on the near side right. Bridgewater back to pass, has time. Bridgewater now nowhere to throw. He's going to have to throw this one out of bounds, and a smart decision And that took 9 seconds, so the Saints will have 12 seconds to play with. Still 2 timeouts. Trailing 13-6. And give the Western coverage there all the credit.
Yeah. Might be a nice time for a little screen pass here.
Ooh. Well, the Saints did it on the first drive down at Dillon on September the 7th. Ali with a 63-yard screen pass. They're not going to do it here as Bridgewater is going to throw it middle of the field, and Ferris almost picked it off with one hand. Got a flag down at the line of scrimmage, but Ferris, that ball was short. And Ferris almost one-handed it twice. And holding on the offense, so back it up 10. It'll be 2nd down and 20 with 6 seconds to play in the half.
Probably take a knee here.
Saints will get the ball to start the third quarter. And it is at the 2nd and 20. Bring Ali in as a blocking back with 4 wide receivers, and they're just going to hand it off to Ali to run out the clock here. Ali breaks the tackle. Ali breaks another tackle, and then he's brought down by, guess who? Jason Ferris. Ferris comes up a little hobbled there. We'll check on him. But we have reached the half in Helena, and on the Capital Collision Center scoreboard, number 22, UM Western leading Carroll College 13-6. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the Carroll College Halftime Show, presented by Kevin Dunn and Terry White, financial advisors at Dunn Financial Solutions. In a moment, this is Carroll College football on Rewind 94.9.
KIMO HD3 Townsend, K235BW Helena. Super hits of the 60s, 70s, and more. And still your home for the Carroll College Saints. Rewind 94.9.
We've heard it said that happy people are not always grateful, but grateful people are almost always happy. Let's think about that. Of all the grateful people we know, how many of them are miserable? 0. How do we remain grateful during the busy lives we lead? By being intentional. The most rewarding things in our lives take a great amount of intention. One of the best ways is to count our blessings. Literally start naming them. To simply stop and count your blessings will lead to an attitude overhaul. This is John Lagerquist with Century 21, where I count you as one of my blessings.
Subaru drivers, here's great news. Keep driving with a 5-star safety rating. Repair your collision-damaged Subaru at Helena's only Subaru Certified Collision Network shop, Capital Collision Center. After passing training, tools, and technology certifications and completing service and facility standards, Capital Collision Center has earned this official designation from Subaru of America. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you get it repaired. Choose Helena's only Subaru Certified Repair Shop, Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
If you need a new bed, you won't believe the values you'll find on the great selection of beds at Ruckers Furniture. At Ruckers, you'll find Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. And check out the new selection of Sierra Slate beds. If you're on a tight budget, queen sets start at only $349. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. Remember this, if you need a new bed, shop Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Ruckers like no other furniture store.
Presenting the all-new 3-row 2019 Subaru Ascent from Placer Motors. It's the biggest SUV they've ever made, with room for up to 8. Choice of second-row captain's chairs or bench seating, plus standard symmetrical all-wheel drive with up to 27 miles per gallon. The 2019 Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever. EPA estimated highway fuel economy for 2019 Subaru Ascent and Ascent Premium models with standard equipment. Actual mileage may vary. Test drive the 2019 Subaru Ascent today at Placer Motors.
And the home team breaks the huddle. Terry Alt steps up to the line with O'Neill and Clark out on the wings.
Capital City Realty is on a 6-year run. They've added Haley Solon to the backfield along with Linden.
And you know, Lori and Randy regularly revise strategies throughout the season.
It looks like Deb Wong is playing and coaching this year.
They're going up the middle, over the 30, the 40, the 50, first down.
Capital City Realty and Property Management. When service matters, call on the home team.
Hey there, need a lift? The folks at A1 Rental can give you one with all the tools and equipment to get the jobs done with ease. Like ladders, scaffold, bucket and scissor lifts, pressure washers, hydraulic dump trailers, and yes, even deck sanders. A1 Rentals is the place you want to visit when you need to get the job done. A1 Rentals on Cedar Street next to Party Plus.
When you need it, rent it at A1 Rentals.
This is the Carroll College Halftime Show. Once again, Jason Walker.
Welcome back. Is the Carroll College Halftime Show presented by Kevin Dunn and Terry White, financial advisors at Dunn Financial Solutions. Alongside the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte, I'm Jason Walker here on Rewind 94.9 as well as KDVM 1490 and Dylan. And Coach, we saw first quarter that went super quick because each team had the ball once. Each team went down and scored. It was 7-3 because Western got a touchdown and Carroll got a field goal. But we saw very nice 2 sustained drives, both of 14 plays on that in the first quarter.
They did. Both teams really playing well offensively the first quarter. Carroll's drive stalled out in the red zone. Western was able to punch it in and get a touchdown. And then the second quarter, defenses sort of dominated it. And one thing I think that I have to kind of give credit, Patrick Haynes, Carroll's defensive coordinator, and his defense got lit up last week and against an awfully good football team, and he's made some changes, and I like him. Isaiah King has been playing cornerback, and he is a very physical football player. He's got great speed. He's a good tackler, but playing cornerback, teams are just not throwing the ball in his direction, and he hasn't been able to really impact the game. So Carroll took him and is playing him now at safety. And they're playing number 14, Kyle Watts, at his spot, who's a good cover corner. And he's up playing press coverage on wide receivers and taking away the quick out game. And that has really helped Carroll's defense. That's a big improvement where they were the first 4 games that they played this year. Their secondary has gotten better, and it really allows Isaiah King to be a factor. He's had a couple of blitzes. He's had a couple of hurries. He's had some nice tackles. So, hats off to Patrick Haynes, taking a look at what his team has been weak at, making some changes. A first-year defensive coordinator for Carroll has done a nice job.
He definitely has, and he's also the defensive backs coach. So him moving Isaiah and moving Kyle in there, that's on him as well for a multitude of reasons.
Yeah.
You mentioned it. We saw that both teams kind of stall out there a little bit in the second quarter. And then right before the end of the half, Carroll got another field goal, and then Western went right down, 4 plays, 70 yards, all on the ground. A couple big runs by Pranty and a couple of a very nice big run by Jund, and then he scored on the keeper from 5 yards out. But Western leading at 13-6, and we've seen both teams be able to run at times. We really haven't seen the passing game for Carroll that greatly, except for a couple of smaller passes. But really, it's Western and John Jund that they only have 49 passing yards. Carroll's got 69, but you'd think it's more than that because of the big play by Tony Collins, really the biggest play of the game, a 42-yarder that set up the second field goal. But both passing offense have not there quite yet.
Yeah. Well, Western's defense did stiffen up, and number 33, Jason Ferris, playing middle linebacker for the University of Montana Western. I think you ought to just take that Western part out. He should be playing at the other university. He's at a different level than everybody else out here. I mean, he's really strong. If he grabs a hold of you, you're not going to break the tackle. He's got great speed. He's got great anticipation. He knows what he's doing, and he has really been able to, when Western needs to stop, he's been the guy that stepped up and gotten the stop for him. And I don't know how many tackles. We'll get some stats to see how many tackles he has, but we'll have that for you here if I can find that. Ferris, he's listed at 5 tackles right now, but he's been a real stopper. Casado.
Joe Casado, yeah.
Casado has also played well. Those 2 linebackers have been big factors, and they've gotten a little bit of pass rush, a little bit more pass rush than Carroll would like, because Burgess, if he gets time and he gets vision and has a clean pocket, he can throw strikes.
They both are good quarterbacks. They're both good defenses, and right now we have a 13-6 ball game. Western leading at the half. We'll take a break. We'll come back with full stats, update you on a couple of other scores if we can, and continue here at the Kevin Dunn and Terry White a halftime show presented by Dunn Financial Solutions. It is 13-6 Western. We'll be right back. This is Carroll College football on Rewind 94.9.
When trains were the go-to mode of transportation, people demanded a clean atmosphere, a friendly crew, and a comfortable stay. The Money Train is on track with a staff to keep that same old-fashioned standard each time you walk into their casino. Come in, grab a drink, and now with NFL Sunday Ticket, you can watch your team's game. Come in for happy hour Monday through Friday 2 to 6 and enjoy the best new and classic games. The Money Train across from Murdoch's. All aboard! The Money Train. Money Train Casino.
We've heard it said that happy people are not always grateful, but grateful people are almost always happy. Let's think about that. Of all the grateful people we know, how many of them are miserable? 0. How do we remain grateful during the busy lives we lead? By being intentional. The most rewarding things in our lives take a great amount of intention. One of the best ways is to count our blessings. Literally start naming them. To simply stop and count your blessings will lead to an attitude overhaul. This is John Lagerquist with Century 21, and I count you as one of my blessings.
Hunters, if you still haven't had a chance to sight in your rifle, you want to make sure where your gun is shooting before you go out into the field. HCO Indoor Range is the perfect place to get that done with lanes that can handle up to a 300 mag. Want to replace your old hunting rifle? HCO has a huge selection of rifles in stock. They also have cases, ammo, and everything you need for the coming hunting season. Check out the selection at HCO Indoor Range, the bright green building just before the bowling alley.
The fall savings event at Mattress Firm is the perfect time to change up your sleep. Better sleep means more energy, better days, and a healthier life. Save up to $500 right now store-wide. Plus, experience the latest in sleep technology from the biggest brand in sleep, Tempur-Pedic. Easy financing makes it fast and easy to get a great night's sleep. For less than a cup of coffee a day, you can experience a better night's sleep. See why we are Montana's #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer.
Mattress Firm, where it's easy to get a great night's sleep.
For your next night out, head to that all-American family-style restaurant, the Overland Express, on 11th Avenue. The Overland features prime rib nightly, fresh seafood, mouth-watering salads, and homemade soups daily. Life is too short to miss a special place like the Overland Express. When you're looking for a real meal and not a meal of greasy food on a bun, make your choice the Overland Express, an all-American dining tradition of its own, in Helena since 1975. The Overland Express on 11th Avenue.
Halftime continues here inside the Cochran Insurance broadcast booth. 13-6, Western leading Carroll. Run through your first half stats. Nothing wrong with a little aha here, though. That's always a good thing. Western with 8 first downs, 19 carries, 138 yards on the ground. 49 passing yards. Western's run 32 plays for 187 yards. Western has had 3 punt returns for 15 yards, 3 kick returns for 72. Lima has punted 3 times for a 39-yard average. 1 fumble, it was lost. 1 penalty for 10 yards, time of possession 11:57 for the Bulldogs. Kyler Franny, 8 carries, 67 yards, long of 21. He's averaging 8.4. John Jund, 9 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown. His long 35. He's averaging 7.2 per carry. John, 5 of 13 passing. Not great numbers for the second. It's really the 6th quarter in a row, as he was held to 87 yards last week at Tech, 49 right now. Does have a touchdown to Nate Simpkins, who has 3 catches for 43 yards and that 28-yard score. Lima, we mentioned the 3 punts, 117 yards, a 39-yard average, 1 touchback, nothing inside the 20. And leading tacklers, Joe Casado with 6, also a tackle for loss. Ferris with 5, Carson Hritzko has 4. For Carroll College, 7 first downs, 22 rushes, 92 yards, 69 through the air. Saints have run 31 plays for 161 yards. 1 punt return, 2 kick returns. Matt Kvek, 3 punts for a 40-yard average. Saints with 2 penalties for 20. And time of possession of 17-12. Ali, 11 carries, 63 yards. Burgess, 6 for 17. Bridgewater, 5 for 12. Bridgewater, 3 of 9 passing, 69 yards. His long, 42. That was Tony Collins. That's his only catch. Sipes has the other 2 receptions for a total of 27 yards. So the 2 quarterbacks combined are 8 of 22 for 118 yards. That is not even a good combination of numbers. And Nate McGree leading the way with 6 tackles, has a sack, a tackle for loss. He almost had a couple of other sacks. Kresge with 5 tackles, along with Zach Spiroff, who recovered a fumble. And it is 13-6 here at the half. And Coach Turcotte back here, and Stephen Powell with the 2 field goals, one from 31, one from 23. But the Bulldogs, Coach, they're leading on the scoreboard, but when you look at the stats, you really wouldn't know which team is which until you know the score.
The only difference that has in this football game right now has been Jund scrambling. The big runs that he's made to keep the chains moving. That's the difference, that he's been able to get out. So he got 65 yards rushing. I think one of those was designed, the second touchdown, but the rest were all back where he's looking over the field and has tucked it and run. And that's the difference in the ball game, those plays he's made, because he hasn't thrown the ball great yet, and neither has Bridgewater, but neither team has been able to get a ton going offensively, but just Jund scrambling, that's got the 13-6 lead.
And that's the 2 touchdowns, one passing and one on the ground for Jund, and 2 field goals for Carroll, and that's literally the difference. Otherwise, like I said, you look at the stats,
pretty even,
very even.
Yeah.
It's just been, and both defenses have played extremely well, and this has been a great football game. Now, it'll be interesting to see moving forward, because there is some light sprinkle around. The wind has definitely picked up, but the majority of the rain is around us right now. If you look at the radar, there's snow in the higher elevations, rain pouring down all around Helena, but Nelson Stadium not getting it. But if you look at the radar, it should go away about 3:15 to 3:45. So we've got about an hour and a half or so of potential bad weather, and that will be about the most of the third quarter and into the fourth.
Mm-hmm. Well, in Dillon, the first game of the season, the Western Bulldogs came out and dominated the third quarter.
Yep.
And that was just enough to get them over the top. And both coaches now have been in, make their adjustments. Okay, what do we have to do? How do we get our game going on the offensive end? What do we have to take away? Who's going to come out and dominate the third quarter? Carroll will get the football. Carroll will get the ball, and it's going to be interesting to see what adjustments. How can Carroll get the other run game going? They haven't been able to get Burgess going. Ali has been running the ball well, but they'd love to get Burgess going because he's a 100 yards a game guy.
Yeah, and he was shut down last week to 52. He's right now at 17.
Yeah.
So he's on pace to not even get 50. But what will turn around? What will happen? Who makes the most adjustments? We'll find out when we come back with the third quarter. It is the Carroll College Halftime Show presented by Kevin Dunn and Terry White, financial advisors at Dunn Financial Solutions. And it is 13-6, Western leading the Saints. We'll come back with the third quarter. This is Carroll College football on 1490 KDBM Dillon and Rewind 94.9.
Dear movers and shakers, we know how you roll, and we're with you. We're with you on the tarmac or terrain. In the 2019 RAV4 Adventure, Limited, and Hybrid models. We're with you in the comfy Highlander with seating for up to 8 and advanced safety features standard. We're with you in the sharp 2019 Toyota Camry with its available cockpit red leather seats. And we're with you in the all-new 2020 Toyota Corolla, loaded with attitude and the latest tech. We're with you. Let's go, Toyota. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Swing by and check out Toyota's full line of vehicles. And while you're there, take your favorite for a test drive. See Toyota of Helena today. Toyota, let's go places.
Great games, great snacks, great customer service, lots of great winners, and one cranky Ron. Hi, this is Jenny from the Gold Island Casino. There is nothing that gets us more excited than watching our customers hit a big payout. And we all know it drives Ron crazy, but we love it. We've got all the newest games with all the fun bonus rounds, especially on our Montana Golds. So fun. Come see us, get a drink, hit a jackpot, and say Nan Nanny Boo Boo to Ron. It'll make our day. Gold Island Casino, next to the Dollar Store in Northgate Plaza. The luck starts here.
The 2019 Subaru Crosstrek is waiting for you at Placer Motors. It's ready for adventure with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 33 miles per gallon with EyeSight driver assist technology available for an extra set of eyes on the road. According to Kelley Blue Book, the Crosstrek has the lowest 5-year cost to own in its class for 2 years running. Love is out there. Find it in a 2019 Subaru Crosstrek. Start your love affair by test driving a 2019 Subaru Crosstrek at Placer Motors.
All banks want you to open new accounts, and they give you lots of choices. But we don't think that's enough. Once you have an account, it's our responsibility to help you grow it. And that's why we offer a free financial education program designed to give you all the knowledge you'll need to make decisions you'll feel good about. So when you open an account with us, let's talk about what you need to know to get your account working for you. First Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Why pay more? At Furniture Showroom, we're making mattress buying great again. If you're in the market for a new bed, check out our therapeutic beds. At Furniture Showroom, we have a great selection of therapeutic beds in plush, firm, and pillow top, all at extremely affordable prices. Plus, 12-month financing is available with approved credit. Ask for details. If you want a great bed at a great price, get your new therapeutic bed from Furniture Showroom, 2200 North Last Chance Gulch in Helena.
Western as we head to the third quarter. Jason Walker to Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte inside the Cochran Insurance broadcast booth. Carroll Golf yesterday took an 8-7 match play win over Montana Tech. Men's soccer fell 1-0 to Warner Pacific. The women won. I don't know the score. I can't remember. Cross-country teams were down at Dillon. Men won. The women finished second to Luther College. No idea where they're from. Spencer Swaim won the men's race, the sophomore from Carroll, 26-39-60. And if you've never seen Spencer, he is a fantastic dude that looks just like Zach Efron. So if you see him around campus, just let him know. Say, hey, Zach. He'll know exactly what you're talking about. So the Bulldogs will kick it away to Carroll. But, Coach, so we were worried about what happened on that play where they blew the play dead. Carroll was running tempo. And you have an update.
Long pass to Collins, and Carroll's running up and running a hurry-up offense, and Western was not set. Carroll handed the ball to Burgess, and he had a big run, and he was into the secondary, and they blew the play dead, and for some reason decided that they didn't have the ball set.
Burgess takes the kickoff. He'll be swarmed down at the 20.
So the Carroll coaches tried to talk to the officials about it, and the officials would not discuss the situation.
Wow.
Which usually means
they were wrong.
That they don't really have an answer.
Yeah, they knew they messed up, and they didn't want to have to explain it.
But it was a big call because Carroll did not score on that. They had to kick a field goal, and that definitely hurt. But that's you got to rise above. That's the breaks.
Yep.
You got to rise up.
So 1st and 10, Carroll at their own 20. Moving left to right. In the shadow of the scoreboard, 13-6. Bridgewater rolls out to his right, looking for Kyle Pierce. The ball's tipped, and it's intercepted. It is picked off by Carson Ritzko at the 25-yard line. I didn't see who knocked it up in the air, but Ritzko pulls it out of midair, and Bulldogs of Western have excellent field position here in the third quarter.
Well, that's a big break for Western right off the bat.
Because Kyle Pierce was wide open.
Yes, he was.
And the ball was just knocked right up straight into the air. And Carson Ritzko comes down with it. A redshirt sophomore from Dillon. So 1st and 10 Western at the Saints 25. Mounts and Simpkins to the near side left. The ball in the near left hash mark for Jund. He's got Pranny to his right. McKittrick split out to the right. And Jund's going to throw end zone. Mounts, and it is a touchdown. One play, 25 yards. Jund, his second pass. Touchdown of the day. And the Bulldogs have jumped on Carroll and capitalized on a turnover.
Well, you got to like that little Mounts. He played really well in Dillon, too. He's not very big, but he is quick. Good football player, and he got a step. Jund delivered it to him. It was down low. He had to go get it, and he did.
One play, 25 yards. Took about 4 seconds. As Karchenko's extra point is good. 14:37 to go here in the third on the Capital Collision Center scoreboard. It is the Bulldogs now with a 20-6 lead. We're back in a minute. This is Carroll College football on Rewind 94.9.
The name implies tires. Seems obvious. Eagle Tire. Tires are a good start. Eagle Tire also can help you with 18 other automotive service and repair categories. Now, I'd lose you if I named all 18 right now. This time of the year, next to good traction from your tires, what about your brakes? Eventually, you've got to stop. For 40 years, Helena has trusted Eagle Tire. They're your one stop for brakes. So stop on in to Eagle Tire, across from Eagle Lube Express on North Montana by the tracks.
D.A. Davidson & Company, helping Montanans achieve their long-term financial objectives since 1935. As the largest financial full-service firm in the Northwest, ensuring that their clients are invested appropriately throughout their investing and retirement lifetime, giving you the confidence that your finances are keeping pace with the rest of your life. Maybe it's time you make your move to D.A. Davidson & Company, 40 West 14th Street, Helena, Artisan Block. Client-focused, community-connected. Member SIPC.
14:37 to go in the third, 20-6, Western leading. Carroll ran one play, it was picked off. Western ran one play, it was a touchdown, and it's a 14-point game right now for the 22nd ranked Bulldogs. And an unfortunate, the ball just knocked right up in the air. It could have been knocked straight to the ground. Instead, it went straight up in the air, and John Jund as Trey Mounts beat Kyle Watts, and it's a 20-6 lead now. On the interception, converted to a touchdown. So Karchenko set to kick it away for the second time in the last 23 seconds of game time. And this one is going to hit and go for a touchback, and the Saints will bring it out to the 25. And the rain, you can start to see it start to really come in and surround Nelson Stadium now.
A lot of the fans that were here at the start of the ball game are now in their car listening to the ball game.
The pep band tore down at halftime and left.
Yeah. Well, it's the cheerleaders are here.
Band members.
The cheerleaders are out there. They're battling away, but it's nasty weather out there right now.
I got to imagine it's not exactly easy.
Yeah.
For a band, guys. Burgess takes the handoff.
Got a big roll.
Got around the line.
And
Burgess to the 40 to the 50. Burgess has one guy to beat. Burgess to the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Carroll College!
And that is why you gotta love that young freshman. He started into the center of the line, and he kind of drew everybody in and then popped it outside, and there was nobody there. But he's just got the extra speed. You just saw it there. It looked like the strong safety for Western had an angle on him, but he just wasn't about to be stopped and took it to the house. And Carroll just fights right back quickly.
We've had 3 plays in the third quarter. We haven't even played 40 seconds yet. We've had 3 plays, 2 touchdowns, an interception. And Powell's extra point hits the upright and bounces off. So we've had in this game 2 kicks go off uprights.
That hurts.
And that definitely does hurt. Saints, it's still a 1-possession game, but they now trail 20-12. And we still have 14:23 to play in the third. We have played 37 seconds.
Yeah.
We've had an interception, a touchdown, and a touchdown on 3 plays.
Yeah.
That's it.
And Burgess has got his 100-yard game. He had 17 at half?
He's got that was a 75-yard run, so he's just short. One play, run. 75 yards. How long did it take him? 10 seconds?
Yeah, he's just going to be he's very special back. And nice blocking, that right side of the offensive line, running behind Hoffman and Lyle, center Luke Gleitsman. They held up, got some good seal there, and he popped it to the outside and gone.
And one thing, too, is, there was nothing right up the middle.
Right.
And he bounced into the offense and defense. He bounced into the trenches, kind of bounced back, stutter stepped, and then came off the right side, and he got around the 2 defenders and outran everybody to the end zone, and it's now 20-12 after the missed extra point. And Powell will kick it away now. Well, what's going to happen now? That's my question. Powell's kick's going to be taken by Mounts at the 9. He'll head up the far side to the numbers, breaks the tackle, still on his feet, and then falls down at the 33-yard line. So that is where Western heads out. Their worst field position of the half. A 25-yard line of Carroll here in the third quarter has resulted in 2 touchdowns on 2 plays. A John 25-yard touchdown pass and a Burgess 75-yard touchdown run. And I think we have a little bit of snowflakes falling here as well. It is definitely raining, but there is some snow in the mix. Jund from the gun, Pranny to his right, and we get a false start. So while they're backing that up, I'll tell you this. When I talked to Coach Ryan Norse the other day, I said, it's not supposed to be too bad, not supposed to be terrible conditions. Coach Norse said, I actually wish it would either snow about 8 inches or rain. He said, sometimes my guys play better when it's adverse conditions. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, they've only had one real bad game. That was last week.
Yeah. In good conditions.
Yeah, and it was beautiful conditions last week in Butte. And, of course, we know what happened.
First and 15 at the 27-yard line. And the handoff to Pranny. Flag comes in, so a hold as Pranny's tackled at the 30, so that one's coming back. So Western with 2 penalties here, and still no positive yards, so they just keep moving backwards here in the third quarter. Oh, and that's on Carroll. It's a personal foul, hands to the face. Did not see that.
And that was 1st and 15. That gives them an automatic 1st and 10. That is
up at the
big
45-yard line.
Yeah.
Wow. Did not see it.
Big call.
And of course, I wasn't looking in that.
Well, it was
area.
It was on the other side of the field where he was pointing. It was to the play was run to the left, and it was way over to the right, where the infraction took place.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, who lead 20-12. Minute gone by here in the third quarter.
Nice
Great
tackle.
contact by Kyle Watts and Kyler Pranny. Those two came together just outside the numbers. Watts is a little shaken up.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle. That was an open field tackle, and he had to take on a guy that's a lot bigger and stronger than he is.
Yeah, Pranty is listed at 220. Watts is not. He is 190. He gave up 30 pounds, and Pranny with a little bit more experience too, and he lowered the shoulder kind of like Earl Campbell.
Watts is saying, "Hey, I'm a cover corner. That's why I'm out here. What are you putting me out here one-on-one with a big running back like that?"
Yeah, I'm supposed to cover the speedy wide receiver guys.
But he did do a nice job, a good tackle.
Yeah, gain of 3 up to the 48. And while they tend to Watts, now you got the umpire with the towel covering up the ball in between plays. And Watts, he's pretty shooken up down there. He took quite the shot from Pranny. Halftime at Havre and Rocky leading Northern 23-14. Second down and 7 here for the Bulldogs, who lead 20-12. 13:35 to go in the third. John, near sideline, looking for Mounts, and King! Wow! He knocked it loose with the right hand.
That's beautiful defense. Just a perfectly thrown ball. It looked like it was going to be complete, and King got his right hand in there and tipped it away without interfering. And Mounts is a good receiver. He's not very big, but he's as good a receiver as we've seen out here.
Rain coming down pretty heavy now. It's kind of like it was out in Southern Oregon a few weeks ago. 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs. We lead 20-12. We've played a minute and a half here in the third quarter. We've had so much action already. Jund, middle of the field, overthrows his intended receiver through the hands of Simpkins, who had to leap high. Sentman, rather, had to leap high in the air, and the Saints force a punt.
I don't think he would have had the 1st and 10 either. That would have been just a little short. Just a little. He overthrew that one a little too high. The ball sailed on him a bit.
Tech leading College of Idaho 7-0, and Eastern Oregon leading Southern Oregon 8-7. Both those games early.
Ooh. College of Idaho, they don't know what it's like to be behind.
They don't. Well, they trailed 7-6 last week and then rolled off 41 unanswered. And Lima's punt is going to bounce out of bounds at about the 25. As good pressure came in there from the Saints. Jacob Resch, the sophomore from Billings West. And I think we're going to get a timeout on the field, and we are. 13-19 to play in the third quarter on the Capital Collision Center scoreboard. Bulldogs lead the Saints 20-12, I beg your pardon. We are back in a minute. This is Carroll College football on Rewind 94.9.
When trains were the go-to mode of transportation, people demanded a clean atmosphere, a friendly crew, and a comfortable stay. The Money Train is on track with a staff to keep that same old-fashioned standard each time you walk into their casino. Come in, grab a drink, and now with NFL Sunday Ticket, you can watch your team's game. Come in for happy hour Monday through Friday 2 to 6 and enjoy the best new and classic games. The Money Train across from Murdoch's. All aboard! The Money Train. Money Train Casino.
Okay, you shot your deer, but did you make it back to camp by dark? Do you wish you had a headlight, a way to start a fire, or even a lightweight poncho? HCO Indoor Range and Gun Store has all the hunting gear you could ever need, including backpacks, fire starters, freeze-dried food, rifle cases, holsters, plus a huge selection.
13-19 to go in the third quarter, and like a flock of seagulls, there are a lot of fans running for the exits. We've got some rain mixed with snow here at Nelson Stadium, and the Bulldogs leading the Saints, but the Saints have the ball after forcing a punt, and Bridgewater hands it off to Burgess, who just had a 75-yard touchdown run. This time he goes for a gain of about 3.5. I'll mark him 3 up to the 28-yard line. It'll be second down and 7. Saints down 8, 20-12. 2 minutes gone by in the third quarter. I can't believe we're that. Mm-hmm. As fast as that first quarter went,
yeah,
this third quarter it's already taken, I think, longer than the first quarter did.
That's probably right.
Both Ali and Burgess standing next to Bridgewater. Both are blocking. Bridgewater's throwing deep downfield, and it's incomplete, intended for Sipes. And to tell you what,
he got a hand on it. He just didn't quite see it. I think he got shielded by it, but that ball was right there, exactly right there.
And if Peyton Pines would have turned around quicker, he would have had an interception. But it'll be third down and 7 now for the Saints. First time Saints have played on natural grass in the rain this year. Played on a very good downpour out at Ashland a couple of weeks ago on turf. Again, play action. They set up the screen, and Bridgewater lost the handle. It's going to go through the end zone for a safety. Bridgewater went to throw the screen. The ball popped up out of his hand. It was slippery. It popped out, and it's a safety.
Well, for one awful second, it looked like he might recover it in the end zone, which would have been worse. So this isn't the end of the world, a safety, but a touchdown would have been. And I just think that the conditions out there are getting tough. It's wet and cold, and the ball just popped out of Bridgewater's hands there. They had a screenplay set up. They were looking to throw the screen, and he never got a chance to get the ball delivered as the ball popped right out of his hands.
So 22-12, it is now a 2-possession game. Western in the lead. They have not trailed in this ball game. But an unfortunate turn of events there for...
Well, Western had a safety last week against Tech.
They did. They did. but they also only had 12 points, and that's what Carroll has right now.
Mm-hmm. So Carroll will be kicking off from their 20.
It'll be Powell.
So Western should get good field position here.
Looks like the rain has let up a little bit.
Wind is down just a tad.
You know, you look at the fans, you've got hoods up and hats on and umbrellas out. Look at the cheerleaders just sitting out there being troopers, although one's got a box on her head. Ball taken by Mounts at the 20. Mounts is going to get up across the 30 to about the 33. Not sure who that cheerleader is down here, but she's got a whole box on her head. Trying to well, you do what you can, right?
Yeah.
22-12. Saints trail now. 12-14 to play here. Third quarter. So we've seen an interception, a touchdown.
Yeah.
A 65-yard or 75-yard touchdown run, 25-yard touchdown pass, almost block punt.
And then a safety.
A safety.
Yeah, and a safety.
We've seen a little bit of everything, and we still haven't even played 3 minutes of the third quarter. Trips to the left, near side. Ball far right hash mark. Jund from the gun. Pranny to his left hip. They'll hand it off to Pranny. Pranny right up the middle. He'll get up across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Mark him at the 36. It'll be second down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Saints trailing 22-12 after the safety. Jund, middle of the field, fires it in, and Stenerson knocks it away from Simpkins at
nice
the last
defense.
moment.
Yeah.
Simpkins was just standing there. Stenerson was just standing there. And Stenerson just reached out with the right paw and knocked it away. So 3rd and 7 coming up.
So Stenerson getting a chance to play a little bit more now with the injury to Kyle Watts. Makes a nice play.
Hand off Pranny. They're going to set up a reverse, and Mounts is drilled. Nate McGree read it perfectly.
Oh, what's the flag?
And I think that's actually going to go on Western.
Oh, really?
I think it's going to go as an unsportsmanlike on Brandon Hunter, the tight end. Going to get the call.
Yeah. Well, so
He said
Western
something.
ran almost a double reverse there, a pitch and then another pitch. And just at the time Carroll had the blitz on, and he blitzed right into the double reverse. That could have easily been a fumble. I don't know how he held on to that ball. That was Mounts, I think.
Mounts got drilled.
Yes, he did.
So, Saints should get good field position here with 11:25 to play in the third, as Liam is going to punt from, well, his left heel is on his own goal line. Saints set up to rush it, trying to get block. They do not. And very good punt by Lima, taken back by Harrison, who calls a fair catch.
Very good
at
punt.
the 41-yard line.
You bet. He really boomed that.
So the Saints head back out on offense, trailing 22-12. I love reading Twitter sometimes because you got two different reporters here, one from the paper and one from the TV station, and one guy got it right. He said the ball slipped out of Bridgewater's hands. The guy from the newspaper said the ball was a bad snap that went through the end zone. Like, what game were you watching? Bridgewater back to pass, throws, and almost picked off as DeJarius Hutcherson knocked it away from Tony Collins. And you're starting to see little emotion right now from both sides of the ball.
And DeJarius Hutcherson, we haven't called his name much today, but he did have a good game in Dillon. He's pretty small. He's 145 pounds, 5'8". Lovejoy, Georgia.
22-12 Western with 11:09 to go. The ball right in the middle of the field at the 42-yard line for Carroll. Moving left to right. Handoff, Burgess gets around the outside and makes Hutcherson miss, and then Joe Casado has to come in and clean it up at the 48, about a yard shy of a first down at Western territory. And they're going to mark him at the 49, so he is 1 full yard shy.
Real nice cut that time by Burgess.
Saints have had a lot of success, especially Burgess, but even Ali in that first half, running off the right side and running off behind, J.D. Lyle and Alex Hoffman. And, of course, the Saints, we saw, both the left tackle and the left guard pull at times as well. So 3rd and 1, 10.5 to go in the third. 22-12, handoff Ali, and he's just going to get it, I believe.
Good second effort by Ali there.
Depends on the right foot or the left foot of the line judge. He's going to mark it with his right foot and give the Saints a first down.
Yeah. And that was good. He was hit about a half a yard deep in the backfield, and he broke that tackle. Like to see it. I mean, he's just a hard worker. Having a good year.
1st and 10 Saints, 9:50 to go in the third. Again, the handoff to Ali, and again off that right side. Boy, Jason Ferris. It's a gain of 2, but Jason Ferris.
He was waiting for him.
Was right there and said, "Hello, Major."
If I'm the offensive line coach, I'm going to say somebody block number 33 on every play. I don't care who else we block, but I want somebody to block 33.
That's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
College of Idaho is taking a 10-7 lead at home over Tech. Number 8 Yotes leading the 19th ranked Orediggers. Saints have a 2nd down and 8 here, trailing 22-12. 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. Bridgewater back to pass. Flushed. Chased. Gets out of the tackle to the 30 to the 25 and down inside the 20-yard line.
And we haven't seen that enough today. And he's just got a little extra burst. It looked like he was going to get tackled at the line of scrimmage, but he's got an extra quick step. And Carroll's going early again. Quick offense.
Yep, going tempo. Collins split out way to the left. Ferris in the slot left. Sipes to the right. 1st and 10. Burgess on the run. He's going to get to the 16, and the Saints inside now the Mike Miller State Farm red zone. So 2nd down and about 6.
Carroll likes to run that quick little hurry-up offense after a big gainer, and it's been effective for him.
Handoff. Burgess still on his feet inside the 10 before he's drugged down inside the 5.
Now that's one of the better runs that I've seen Burgess make
and
this
there's
year.
a flag late, and it looks like it's going to be on the Saints. Referee threw it, and it's coming back.
Oh, that's a shame because he made a great run. He juked a guy at the line of scrimmage. He broke a tackle. He juked another guy.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Tanner Steele. So
well, that hurt. That really hurt.
Definitely does.
Carroll had a 1st and 10. What were they on, about the 7-yard line?
They were inside the 5.
Inside the 5, yeah.
So it's back to the 19. So at the end of the run, so they were at the 4, move it back 15. The Saints have a 1st and 10 there. 22-12, 7:51 to play. Western has the lead, third quarter. The Saints with a 1st and 10. Bridgewater has time. Now he's going to have to run. Bridgewater's got a whole lot of green grass in front of him. Slides down to stop at the 9. It's a 1st down. Saints with a 1st and goal.
Good protection by the O-line. Last 2 times. Good protection, a clean pocket. Just good coverage by Western. Nobody open. Burgess tucks it. So it's 1st and goal, right?
It is 1st and goal at the 9.
Mm-hmm.
Saints women's soccer beat Multnomah on the road 5-0. It's a 4th straight win and a 5-game unbeaten streak now for the Saints women's soccer team. So there you go. That's good.
That is good.
Dave Thorvaldson got it going on. Split I formation, handoff to Burgess. Stutter steps, he's to the 5, and he'll be shoved down at the 4. Second and goal coming up, 22-12. Bulldogs lead here in the third quarter. 6:45 to play. Can't believe that the final regular season game for the AA is next week. It'll be Crosstown. Helena High got beat last night at home by Sentinel, and Capital with a big win at Hellgate.
In the AA, does everybody make the playoffs
This
now?
year they do, yep.
That's interesting.
Well, athletic directors couldn't figure out what to do. Direct snap, Burgess. Burgess on his feet. Burgess is going to be brought down at the 1. It'll be third and goal. The Saints tried Wildcat again.
They're trying to go quick again.
It's third and goal. And I don't think Bridgewater got in. Maybe he did. We're going to wait for the pile to unclear. Bridgewater.
Jason Ferris over the top and grabbed Bridgewater and pulled him back.
Fourth and goal.
Here's a tough call. What do you do now?
It looks like we've got
because they're on
injury.
about the 1.
Yeah, there's a Bulldog hurt. Can't tell who's down. About 2 yards deep in the end zone. But it'll be fourth and goal, so an interesting play call coming up.
Well, I can't quite tell where they're going to mark it. If
it's just inside the 1 yard
so
line.
So I think you go for it. If it's less than a yard, I think you go. And it looks like that's where it is. The referee hasn't set the ball down. He's keeping it tucked to keep it dry.
And it looks like it's Daniel Musso, the redshirt sophomore from Hamilton, being tended to in the end zone as Ryan Norse now on his way out. Actually, I don't believe it's Musso. I believe it is Tanner Harrell now, redshirt freshman from Shepherd. I think it's 99.
And Carroll tried to go with a hurry-up offense there that time, and Western was waiting for it.
He's getting up. And no, there's a whole lot of movement. It is Harrell.
Yeah.
Limping a little bit, but he's going to walk off on his own power. That's a great sign for the redshirt freshman from Shepherd. 5'11", 280-pounder.
He's had a good game.
Yeah. He's had a really nice season for the Bulldogs. So the Saints, fourth and goal, 5:33 to play, third quarter. Trailing 22-12. They're going to go for it. They're going to send out the big units, the big boys. Ali at fullback. You also have Hunter Meekum in there. And Burgess, the tailback. Bridgewater under center. He'll turn. He'll hand it off to Burgess. Touchdown, Carroll College! Well, you run behind the beef, good things are going to happen. That is Burgess's 10th touchdown of the year.
And you said Hunter Meacham, who is a freshman, number 68, and they really like him. He's going to be a factor, and they put him up kind of in the up back position, and run right behind him. And Carroll is strong on the right side, just enough to get him in the end zone.
Powell on for the extra point. Chance to pull the Saints to within a field goal here. Ball down, and it is up, and it's good. So, 5:31 to play in the third. Capital Collision Center scoreboard. Saints 22, Western 19. We'll stay here. Carroll football brought to you in part by Overland Express Restaurant and Lounge, your all-American family-style restaurant serving the Helena community since 1975. Eagle Tire and Auto Service, understanding customer needs yesterday, today, and every day across from Eagle Loop Express on North Montana. Mattress Firm, Montana's largest Tempur-Pedic retailer, where it's easy to get a great night's sleep. And D.A. Davidson & Company believes in hands-on investing in students and financial education. Each year since 1985, giving $50,000 to college and university investment teams for $1 million annual commitment. So, 22-19, Saints will go on a 12-play drive, 58 yards. Took 5:41 And Carroll is pulled to within 3. It's 22-19. 5:31 to play here in the third.
Real nice drive by Carroll that time. Turned into an interesting ball game here.
This third quarter, we've seen a
pretty
whole
wild.
game just in this third. Powell, a little short kick. It's going to be fielded at the 21-yard line by Eli Benedict, redshirt freshman out of Wilsonville, Oregon. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Carroll College football.
KIMO HD3 Townsend, K235BW Helena. Super hits of the 60s, 70s, and more. And still your home for the Carroll College Saints. Rewind 94.9.
First and 10, Bulldogs at the 21, leading 22-19. There's 5:23 to play here in the third.
TJ Abraham with another special teams tackle. Another big play for Carroll.
Jund rolls out to his right, throwing on the run, has the receiver, that's McKittrick.
That's just too much. I mean,
Across
that's
the
just
30 up to the 34.
I mean, there's nobody within 10 yards of him. You're going to have to get up tighter on those wideouts than that.
It's a 13-yard pass and catch.
Jen will pick you apart.
Eastern Oregon leading Southern Oregon at LeGrand 15-14 in the second quarter. College of Idaho leading Tech 10-7 in the third at Caldwell. Here it is 22-19 Western. Ball in the far right hash mark. Jund on first and 10, hands it off to Pranny. Comes right off left tackle and gets a gain of 2 up to the 36. Western with 138 yards rushing. Carroll 243. But Carroll with just 41 passing yards.
Greg Kine in there, Jim, in that play up.
Greg Kine out of near Chicago, Illinois, Burlington, Illinois. Pranny takes the handoff, trying to get around the right end.
Well, he's strong.
Man, he was hit, pushed back 3 yards, and ends up with a gain of about 1.5 yards, maybe 2.
Yeah, he is strong back. 62, Jay Todd getting a chance to play a little bit more. I haven't seen him in there before. Jay Todd, defensive line from Seattle, Washington.
No, that's Garrett Kokab. He's wearing 90
Oh, that's
instead of
Kokab.
94.
Why, he switched his number.
Yeah. He was 94, but he's wearing 62 today.
Oh, yeah.
Third down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Jund throwing, Mounts missing, and nice diving attempt by Mounts. Goes sliding into the Carroll sideline. It'll be fourth down. The Bulldogs forced to punt.
Big stop. That's a big stop.
Still 3.5 to play in the third. 22-19. Saints trail by 3. Carroll has outscored Western 13-2 since Western took a 14-point lead. And the punt is going to bounce sideways and be down. I don't know who kicked that. I think Western got it at the 24-yard line. But there was a Carroll player there. That could have been dangerous.
Yeah, the Western kid kicked it.
So it'll be Saints football trailing 22-19. The rain has stopped.
And Carroll will get it about the 24, it looks to me like, Jason.
Mm-hmm. First and 10. Saints have not led today. Have not led since early in the first quarter last week against the College of Idaho. It feels like a 37 with a temperature of 41 here at Nelson Stadium. It's chilly to say the least. Handoff Ali. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Breaks out of the tackle, and then ankle tackle made. Joe Casado, gain of 3 up to the 27-yard line.
And he's just breaking more tackles. He's got better balance than he's just improving. He's gotten better as the years gone along. That's a nice effort there. That could have easily been a 2-3 yard loss.
This is some of the best running I've seen from Major.
Yeah.
In a long time, and he's been a great running back for 3.5 years. Second down and 7. 2:43 to go here in the third. Saints down 22-19. Bridgewater back to pass. He's got Ali out of the backfield. And that was knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Big hand of Reese Arts, 6'4", 265-pounder. Redshirt freshman from Battle Mountain, Nevada.
They like those Nevada kids. Quarterback's from Nevada, Jundias. You ever been to Battle Mountain?
I have not. I have been to Vegas.
Yeah. Battle Mountain's right on the interstate.
I've also been to Mesquite. And passed through on the I-15. 3rd and 7. Saints at the ball at their own 27. Moving left to right is Bridgewater. Finds Collins across the middle. Collins wide open. Collins to the 50. Collins stiff arms the tackler, knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line of Western. Another big gainer from Bridgewater to Tony Collins.
Very nice crossing pattern. Took a little time. Offensive line did a nice job protecting. Nice clean pocket for Bridgewater. Through a strike.
So the Saints with a 1st and 10 at the Western 43. Trailing 22-19. Still 2 minutes to play in the third. And a false start. So it'll be 1st and 15 back at the 48. Penalty on Tanner Steele, the left tackle, moving too quick. (22-19) Bulldogs lead. Ball in the far left hash mark for the Saints as they move towards the PE Center. Handoff Burgess. He'll come right side. He'll try to get around the corner. He does. Burgess to the 40 before he's knocked out of bounds there by Ferris. Shy of the first down. He'll be marked down at the 38-yard line. And we've got an injured player, and that is DeJarius Hutcherson.
He's not very big. We said he's 5'8", 145 pounds. And he's a good cover guy, but that's pretty small to be playing out there. Looks like they're looking at his knee.
Hopefully he's all right. $1:40 to go here in the third quarter.
A nice run by Burgess. He just got that extra little burst that got him around the end to pick up the extra yards.
Got about 10, so they're still 5 yards shy of the first down. Mark it. 2nd down and 5 as they still tend to Hutcherson.
So Hutcherson is their cover corner, their best cover corner. And, you know, he's obviously going to be out at least for one play. So now do you attack his sub? Do you go right at whomever he is? Oh, he looks like he's fine.
Yep.
But he'll have to come out for just one play at least.
Might have been a cramp, too.
Could have been.
You know, a lot of athletes don't think that when it's cloudy and cool and overcast that you have to stay hydrated, and that's you kind of almost have to do more than when it's 90, because then you're prepared for it. You know you have to drink water when it's hot. Go get some pickle juice and get back into the game.
Dylan Pope out here at this left corner.
Trips to the left, ball in the near right hash mark. Bridgewater with a 2nd down and 5. 90 seconds to play. Bridgewater keeps it himself. Steele fell down. Bridgewater wanted to run behind Steele, but Steele kind of fell down.
Steele could have kept his feet and made a block. That could have been a big gainer, but he
got 5.
Tripped. Yeah.
So it'll be a 1st and 10. Stands for the 1st and 10 now at the 38-yard line. Trailing 22-19 with 1 minute to play in the third. This might be the longest quarter I've ever witnessed. Great pass on the near sideline to Sipes. Be shy of the first down, maybe right at it. 1st and 10, Carroll at the 23.
And Carroll's getting a nice clean pocket now. Burgess is getting good vision. And that makes a huge difference. It's so much easier to throw those strikes when you got good vision. He never really had it last week.
No.
There were people in his face all day.
Rocky leading Northern 30-20 up at Havre. 1st and 10, Saints, 22. Trailing 22-19. Ali, great run off again off the right side. He's into the Mike Miller State Farm red zone, across the 15, down to the 13-yard line.
Luke Gleesman with a real nice block that time. There's Carroll's center.
And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Finally, I feel like we've been talking about the third quarter for a couple of hours.
Very exciting football.
Timeout on the field. End of 3 in Helena on the Capital Collision Center scoreboard. It is the Bulldogs of UM Western 22. Saints of Carroll College 19. We'll be back in a minute with the final 15. This is Carroll College football on Rewind 94.9.
Since when are we okay with hot, up all night sleep? What if we didn't have to be? The all-new Tempur-Pedic Breeze transfers heat away from your body, so you sleep up to 8 degrees cooler all night long.
Montana's #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer is proud to offer up to 5-year interest-free financing on your new cooler Tempur-Pedic. 5 Montana-owned locations statewide. Mattress Firm, where it's easy to get a cooler night's sleep.
Subaru drivers, here's great news. Keep driving with a 5-star safety rating. Repair your collision-damaged Subaru at Helena's only Subaru Certified Collision Network shop, Capital Collision Center. After passing training, tools, and technology certifications and completing service and facility standards, Capital Collision Center has earned this official designation from Subaru of America. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you get it repaired. Choose Helena's only Subaru Certified Repair shop, Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Well, 15 minutes to go.
Sweet Caroline,
The Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte,
I believe
22-19. UM Western has the lead. Saints with the ball. Second down. Ali into the end zone. Touchdown, Carroll College. Prince Ali, yes, it is he, scoring a touchdown.
Carroll coming out with a 2 tight offense, 2 tight ends. That takes away a lot of stunts that Westerns like to run. And he kind of started to the left, broke it back to the right, and he never really got touched till he got about to the 2-yard line. And Carroll's got the lead.
For the first time today.
Yes. And this makes it a 4-point lead if he makes this extra point.
25-22 at the moment. Powell set to kick it. Harrison holds, kick, good, and the Saints have the lead. 14:54 to go. Capital Collision Center scoreboard, 26-22. Carroll College now with the lead here at Nelson Stadium. And we'll stay here as one play in the fourth quarter. Well, the fourth is starting off like the third.
Yes, it did.
That was the end of a sustained drive, however.
Well, Carroll's defense has really upped their game and been able to keep Jund off the field. And, you know, Jund is one of those guys you just know. You hate to have him within a one-possession game with the ball in his hands at the end of the game.
Well, I hate to bring it up, but September the 7th at Dillon, the Saints led in the fourth quarter, and Jund, with 58 seconds to go, found Walker McKittrick from 37 yards out on a 4th and 7.
Yeah.
And the Saints fell 31-24. Right now they lead 26-22. That drive, 8 plays, 76 yards, took 3:26. And Major Ali with the touchdown, his 4th of the year. And Ali up to 78 yards unofficially. Another short kick. This will be taken by one of the upbacks at the 30. And gets across the 35 down to the 36-yard line.
It's kind of a little pooch kick that they're trying to use.
Well, I just tried to stay away from Trey Mounts too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that's right. And Trey Mounts he's got a lot of speed and he's pretty courageous. Good football player.
26-22, 14:44 to play in regulation. The Saints leading it by 4, their first lead of the day. Rocky 37-20 lead over Northern. A wide receiver screen. Simpkins, as Rex Irby had him at the line of scrimmage and just slipped out of his hands, and Simpkins now down on the near sideline right at the 40. So Western has had 3 or 4 guys that have been shaken up today. Hate to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you that College of Idaho is still leading 10-7 at home. Halftime out there at Caldwell. Southern Oregon now leading Eastern Oregon 17-15. Still in the second quarter at LeGrand. Here it is 26-22 Carroll. Ali with 91 yards on 16 carries. Burgess 15 carries, 139 yards. Saints with over 280 yards rushing. Western with 141 and just 87 passing yards. So both quarterbacks once again held in check by the other team's defense for the second week in a row. Last week, they were both under 90 yards, and today they're both under 90. Right now, Jund has 87 and Bridgewater has 82. I think Bridgewater has more than that because he's got a 42-yard pass and a 20-some yard pass.
That doesn't seem quite right.
Again, all the stats we give you, of course, are unofficial. Second down and 6 for Western at the 41. Jund's going to roll to his left. He's going to throw to his left. He's looking for McKittrick. Has him. Found him and knows him because they're teammates. And it's at the 36 of Carroll.
Right on the money. Rolled out left. Got pretty good time. Threw a strike.
About 24 yards. He's now over 100, and it's 1st and 10 Western. Trailing 26-22 to Carroll. Minute gone by here in the final quarter. McKittrick and Mounts to the near side. Fake the handoff. Jund rolls to his right. Now Jund's going to keep it himself. Hit, breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. Across the 25, down to the 23. He got hit back at the 27 or 28-yard line and got an extra 5 yards as he pinballed his way down.
Well, he's awfully strong. You know, it really well put together. A lot like Bridgewater. They're both real strong kids, can really take a blow.
1st and 10 Western at the 23 of Carroll. Trailing the Saints 26-22. Mounts now to the left, the ball in the near right hash mark. Sentman and McKittrick, the receivers to the near side. Play action, Jund throws, and it's dropped by Mounts. Spiroff had the coverage. Irby almost knocked it away. It went right over his hand, and Mounts had a chance, and Spiroff knocked it away at the last moment.
Well, that ball could have been intercepted. He threw the ball right into coverage, and Carroll's safeties were right there. Just jumped a little bit too soon. And they are going at Spiroff, no question about it.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs, trailing 26-22. 2 minutes gone by in the fourth. Jund will hand this one off. Got a flag that comes in as Sean Cooney on the carry. Flag back at the 23 at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like it's going to be on Western, and it's coming back. Personal foul, blocking below the knee. Don't see it a lot called anymore, but that's a 15-yarder back to the 38-yard line of Carroll. So it'll be 2nd down and East Helena. If they go any further back, they'll be in Townsend.
Well, this is Jund time.
26-22, Saints lead, 12:45 to play in regulation. Jund, the 2 receivers to his left, Sentman the receiver to the right, looking to his left, throwing to his left, and catching, and inbounds. 1st down.
They
got the penalty yards back. I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Trey Mounts hauling it in on the far sideline.
That's a real nice throw and catch. Just Carroll giving up a little too much ground there. And Spearoff, normally he plays a little bit tighter. I mean, he was back 10 yards on that. And that's what you want to get if you're a Western, to cut that thing in half. Now it's third and 10.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 with 12:05 to play. 26-22 Saints lead. Jund, time to throw, looking end zone, and a lot of contact. This one will be interesting to see who it's on. Irby and the intended receiver, looks like Mounts, were hand checking, and it looks like it's going to be on the Saints. It is. I tell you what, Mounts gave a little shove right at the end, but Irby got his hands.
I just don't think Irby got his head turned, and if he would have had his head turned, I think the contact would have been okay, but he really didn't.
So it'll be 1st and goal inside the Mike Miller State Farm red zone at the 8-yard line for the Bulldogs.
But you're accurate, Jason. Both players were involved in the pushing and shoving.
Second guy usually gets caught, right?
Yeah.
That's old NFL film. Dick Butkus used to say, you always hit first, but don't hit back. Trips to the right on 1st and goal. Pranti takes the handoff, across the 5. He's going to be stood up at the 4, and that is where the pile and everybody finally fall down. And it'll be 2nd down and goal up at the 3-yard line for the Western Bulldogs, who trail 26-22. There is 11:35 to play here at Nelson Stadium. Tell you what, the band left at halftime. They're missing a great game.
Yes, they are. It's been very entertaining.
I can't imagine playing a trumpet or a trombone is easy in cold weather, though.
Yeah.
Both on the fingertips or the lips. 2nd and goal, Bulldogs at the 3. Jund keeps it himself. Jund hit. Jund bowls over the tackler into the end zone. Touchdown, Western.
Geez, he is strong.
Wow.
Yeah.
He hit the tackler right at the line of scrimmage.
And I couldn't tell who it was. I think it was one of Carroll's safeties. And the safety came up and filled very well. And Jund is just so strong, he just knocked him backwards and ran into the end zone.
That is his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day.
You don't see many quarterbacks that can do that.
No.
That kind of power.
That was impressive. And Western back on top now as the extra point from Karchenko splits the uprights. 11:02 to go in Helena on the Capital Collision Center scoreboard. The Bulldogs back in front by 3. It is 29-26. We'll take a break. We're back in a minute. This is Carroll College football on Rewind 94.9.
When you shop Rutgers Furniture, you'll find store-wide savings on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. At Rutgers, you'll find store-wide savings on the new furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find a complete lineup of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find a great selection of store-wide savings when you shop Rutgers Furniture at 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Rutgers like no other furniture store.
We've heard it said that happy people are not always grateful, but grateful people are almost always happy. Let's think about that. Of all the grateful people we know, how many of them are miserable? 0. How do we remain grateful during the busy lives we lead? By being intentional. The most rewarding things in our lives take a great amount of intention. One of the best ways is to count our blessings. Literally start naming them. To simply stop and count your blessings will lead to an attitude overhaul. This is John Lagerquist with Century 21, where I count you as one of my blessings.
Well, we've got a ball game, which we've had since the opening kickoff. It is 29-26. Western back on top, now by 3 after the Saints have taken the lead. Western answers. John Jund, a couple of rushing touchdowns today, a couple of passing touchdowns today. He's kind of doing it all right now.
Well, he really is. He's keeping Western in it at the offensive end. And Western's got a good running back. They got a pretty good offensive line, but Jund is just one of those special kind of athletes that you just see that just kind of understands what he has to do to win.
Karchenko kicks it away. It'll be Burgess
who
drops it and then almost fell down and still bobbled it. And he's going to maybe get to the 5. Wow. That is unfortunate for Carroll.
Yep.
Burgess normally slick with the hands, and that time he bobbled it. Bobbled it a couple of different times.
Kind of hit him high on the shoulder pad. He kind of took his eye off it a little bit. Then he bobbled it again.
He almost fell down in the end zone with it. We've already had one safety today. So the Saints with a 1st and 10 at their own 6, moving right to left. If you've never been to Nelson Stadium, or if you have and you're listening, you picture the Saints moving from the PE Center towards YMCA. And Ali knocked backwards, and Casado finishes him off back at the 2-yard line. They're going to mark him up at the 5. Ah, man, if I'm Western, I want that ball back at the 2. I know he got popped at the 5, but he wasn't tackled at the 5.
No.
He wasn't stood up at the 5. He was knocked backwards.
Yeah.
But the Saints lose a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11 at the 5. Trailing 29-26. We have a lot of time left. 10:40 to play. But the Saints, the shadow of their own end zone right now, as Ali takes the handoff, gets across the 10, up to the 11-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 5. Gain of 6. And Carroll with a big 3rd down here. Unofficially, Carroll just 4 of 12 on 3rd down today. This was a team that for the first really 3.5, 4 games of the year was very efficient on 3rd down. Last game and a half, couple of games, they have not been. Bridgewater's going to go up under center on 3rd and 5. Fake the handoff, rolls, throws, Sipes catches it on the far sideline, hauls it in for the 1st down at the 24.
Real nice throw by Bridgewater and a good pattern by Sipes. That's a possession 3rd down Carroll had to have, well executed. You don't see him under center very much.
No.
Yeah. That's old school football there.
37-27, Northern trailing Rocky at Havre. Trying to stay in it as Carroll down 29-26 here with 9.5 to go. Ball in the far right hash mark. Bridgewater back to pass. Has time. Great protection this time. Now he unloads it to Burgess, who slips at the 26. Gain of 2. It wouldn't have gone for a whole lot more anyway because Burgess's momentum was carrying him out of bounds. Second down and 8 for the Saints, trailing by 3. As we hit 9 minutes to play inside the Cochran Insurance broadcast booth. The Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte next to me on the right. I am Jason Walker. Bulldog show blitz. High snap, handoff Burgess. Trying to get around the corner. Ferris comes up, slows him up across the 30, and the offensive line pulls him across the 34 to the 35 for a 1st down. Look at Alex Cassins here on the sideline.
Now Ferris that time, the great middle linebacker for Western, he's so strong. Normally he can reach out and grab a guy and pull him down. That time he wasn't able to pull down the Carroll runner, and the offensive line came by and pushed an extra 5 yards.
That is now legal. It has been for a couple of years. It used to not be. The Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush play. Oh, quick out here to Collins, who's across the 40. And he drags the guy down, and we're going to get a late hit.
I don't know who they're going to call.
They're going to call it on Jackson Thompson, senior out of Firth, Idaho, transfer from Southern Virginia. But he rode Collins' legs out of bounds. It's very close to the 1st down. It's 2nd down and 2, pending the penalty.
I hope they're not going to call it against Collins.
They might be.
Stiff arm.
Oh, they might be.
I don't like that.
Ooh, let's see what the call's going to be here.
He had a stiff arm.
Oh, they're not going to. They're going to wave the flag off. So no flag.
No.
Oh, it is on Collins.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he did stiff arm him, but
Collins kind of pulled down Thompson. Thompson was hanging on to Collins' legs. They both were out of bounds, and Collins kind of gave the extra shove is what they're saying. So it's a personal foul on Collins, so back it up. It would have been 2nd down and 2. So it's after the play. So now it'll be 2nd down and 17. 7:45 to go. Saints trail 29-26. Back at their own 28 now as Bridgewater takes the snap. Has time. He's throwing to Sipes into double coverage. And Sipes catches it! And a flag! Oh, they're going to rule it incomplete?
But we have a flag, so there could have been interference there.
Well, if you're Carroll, you hope it's on Western. Sipes was in a double team. And it is on Western. And that's a first down. Automatic. So, move it up to the 42-yard line. That should be at the 43, honestly, if it was at the 28. And they do move it up to the 43.
It's automatic first down.
And it is a first down.
A lot of flags all of a sudden.
So instead of 2nd and 2 at the 43, after 2 penalties, we now have 1st and 10 at the 43. With 7:30 to go. The Saints trailing 29-26. Ali, handoff, gets a hole off the left side. He's across the 50. And up to the 47-yard line of Western, and that's a first down for Carroll. Well, you said it before the game that whoever has the ball last.
It looks like it's going to be 7 minutes left to go. Carroll on a sustained drive here.
Saints trailing at 29-26. They have a 1st and 10 at the Western 47. Ball in the left hash mark as Burgess heads all the way to the far side, tries to get around the corner, gets a gain of a yard up to the 46-yard line, or down to the 46, I guess. Now the ball in the far right hash mark with 6:42 to go. You know, if you're Carroll, you would love nothing more than, honestly, to run every play here
Well, you
and
have
take
to
the final 6.5 minutes off and then score right at the end.
That would be a perfect world.
If you're a Carroll fan. If you're Western, you're going, come on, D, let's get a turnover here or a hold. And it is 2nd down and 9 for the Saints. Bridgewater, quick throw, far side. Sipes escapes the tackle. Sipes up the far sideline before he's finally knocked out of bounds across the 30. And they're going to mark him right at the 30-yard line.
I like the way Carroll's using Sipes today. They're throwing the short ones to him. He's just been a guy over the top. But he's shown today he can get those short passes, those possession receptions.
1st and 10, Saints at the 30. 6 minutes to go. Carroll trailing 29-26. Bridgewater from the gun. He'll hand it off to Ali. Ali tripped at the 29. He
Looked like he had some room to the outside there if he had stayed outside.
He got caught up on his feet with an offensive lineman. And for the record, we are not going to reach our high for the day, which was supposed to be 50. It has just been dropping. It is 39.
But the wind is down some. It's
a little.
Yeah, not a lot, but it's down some.
It feels like 33 out there right now. Don't envy the fans that are sitting out there. 2nd down and 9 for the Saints with 5:15 to go. Bridgewater looking for Collins. Bridgewater now for Ferris, who catches it and then dropped it as he hit the ground inside the end zone. It would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's going to be 3rd and 9. Great throw from Bridgewater to Ferris, who just lost it at the last moment when he hit the deck. So 3rd and 9 coming up for the Saints. And again, unofficially now, 5 of 13.
Oh, this is almost 4th down territory here. You don't have to pick it all up here.
No, and a field goal would tie it.
A field goal would, that's right. So,
but we have not seen Powell from distance. We know Kraft has a leg, but Powell's beaten him out the last couple of weeks. It is 3rd and 9 with 5:06 to go. 29-26. Of course, Carroll can get a touchdown here, and they're going to go for it, and it's overshot into the end zone. Pierce got turned around a couple of different ways.
Now, I don't know why they had to go so long. They just that short passing game's been so effective.
We got a flag down here, and Troy Purcell just threw his headset on the ground. And it's a false start, so it'll be 3rd and 14. But the penalties decline, so it'll be 4th and 9.
What do you do here?
Well, You have to go because it's a 29. This would be a 46-yard field goal attempt.
And I don't know if his foot is that strong.
I don't know Powell's leg.
Yeah.
We know he can kick off, but you get a huge run-up, not 3 yards.
15 seconds. I wouldn't be surprised to see Carroll take a timeout here.
4th and 9. 5 minutes to go. Western leading at 29-26.
They're going to take a timeout.
Yeah, they are. Here comes the timeout.
I think you want Collins in the game right now.
Wow. Interesting play call coming up here.
Yeah.
And we are going to get a timeout. So 4:52 to go. We'll actually stay here with it. 29-26. But I can tell you that Carroll football is brought to you by HCO Indoor Shooting Range and Gun Store, your state-of-the-art indoor shooting range offering 8 shooting lanes and a controlled atmosphere. Capital City Realty, when service matters, call on the home team. A1 Rentals, they've got the equipment you need for every project on Cedar Street next to Party Plus and Gold Island Casino. The luck starts here. Well, Carroll's taken a couple of shots on this possession. They both come up empty in the end zone here in the last couple of plays. You like that out pattern to Shane Sipes, which has resulted in a couple of plays here.
I do like that.
In this
I do.
half.
This is a possession reception. You want your best possession receivers in the ball game right now.
Well, let's set the scene. 29-26, the Bulldogs lead. There's 4:52 to go. The ball is at the right hash mark.
Looks like they're going to kick it.
Far right hash mark.
They're going to kick
29. They're going to try a 46-yarder with Stephen Powell.
So this is, you know your kicker.
He's a 5'7", 150-pound sophomore out of Bremerton, Washington. The ball's going to be marked at the 36. It's on the far right hash mark, going into the wind a little bit. Harrison will hold. Powell, now we're waiting. Western has to get a player on the field. So the sophomore from Bremerton, Washington, trying to tie it up from 46 yards away. Again, the far right hash mark, kicking right to left into a little bit of a breeze. There's the snap. It's a good snap, a good hold. The kick is short.
Just barely. 5 more yards and he had it.
Missed it, yep.
But he was dead center on it. Just a little short.
So 29-26, Western still leads, 4:52 to play. Well, that's a call that the coaching staff said, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's give him a shot to tie it. If he doesn't, defense, it's on you to get the ball back.
Yeah, and you got 2 timeouts left.
So Western will go back out on offense. Still leading 29-26. First and 10, Bulldogs at their own 29. Moving left to right. Trips to the near side. That's the wide open side of the field. And they hand it off to Pranny. Pranny off left tackle. Gets across the 30 up to the 32. Western's going to be content to run it as much as possible and run that clock. Now 4:40 to play, leading by 3, 29-26. Bulldogs trying to bounce back after getting pummeled at Tech last week and falling from number 15 to number 22 after not scoring an offensive touchdown. Today, John Jund has accounted for all 4.
Yeah, it's hard to believe the way they shut down Jund, just watching the way he's played today.
He's passed for 2, he's run for 2, and the Bulldogs lead 29-26. Second down, Jund. Designed run for him up across the 35 down to the 36. So it'll be 3rd and 3 coming up.
Big third down.
4 minutes to play.
Big third down.
Well, this is what the coaching staff needed, was that they said, your defense, it's on you.
And in the game in Dillon, in these situations, they went with Jund. They lined him up back there in the shotgun, and they let him run it. And Carroll was able to get the stops. They were able to stop him on the run.
Western letting the play clock run down. They break the huddle with 10.
I don't think they'll throw it. I think he's going to run it.
And a timeout taken by the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
So 3:24 to go. It's still 29-26. Saints
So in the ball game in Dillon, Carroll, in this situation, right toward the end of the ball game, about this much time left, maybe a little bit more, Carroll got a stop. Jund ran the ball. Carroll got the stop. Carroll went on a 91-yard drive, and then got stalled and then missed the field goal. But I think that when the chips are down, Western likes to go with Jund on the run. Mm-hmm. He's so strong, and you have to respect the pass. They might give it their tailback, but I think we're going to look at Jund right here.
Well, if you were Paul McCartney in Wings and wrote a song back in the 70s, it would now be called Jund on the Run, not Band on the Run. 3rd and 3 with 3:24 to go. Western with the ball and the lead, 29-26. McKittrick in motion from right to left. Jund is going to roll that way, looking to throw that way, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Craig Kine knocked it away. It'll be 4th down, and the Saints are going to have a chance.
Big stop by Carroll.
An interesting play call. They rolled Jund to the short side of the field, looking for McKittrick, and Kine reached up and knocked it away.
Well, they've had so much luck with that out pattern. It's been such bread and butter for them. They went to it one time too many.
Jaden Harrison awaits the punt at his own 25 with 3:18 to play. Saints are going to try to block it. They're going to send 10. They end up only sending 5, and Lima puts off a beauty, sends Harrison back to his own 15, breaks the tackle, and then he stiff-armed a guy, but an ankle tackle at the 20. So Carroll College has 3:06, 2 timeouts, and 80 yards to either tie it or take the lead. They trail 29-26. Whew.
The Western punt game has been very effective today. They've got him out of trouble. He kicks a nice ball.
Yes, yes. Trips to the far side right. The ball is on the near left hash mark. Bridgewater, play action. Avoids one sack, throws. It's knocked away and almost picked off. And a great defensive effort there from Peyton Pines, who knocks it away.
Good timing. Yeah, he got there just at the right time, almost too early. A good throw by Bridgewater.
2nd down and 10 for the Saints, trailing 29-26. Burgess and Ali both in, stand on either side of Bridgewater. They'll hand it off to Burgess. Got a hole around the 20. Burgess to the 30. Stiff arms the guy at the 40. Brought down at the 50-yard line. Jackson Thompson with the tackle, but not before Burgess ripped off a 30-yarder.
And Western definitely not expecting that play. Looking for Carroll to pass, and just a great call.
Into Western territory, 31 yards at the 49.
2:30 left. Get the play in.
29-26. Carroll has 2 timeouts.
Come on.
They break the huddle with 15 on the play clock. Pierce and Ferris over to the right. Near side left. The ball sits on the near left hash mark at the Western 49. Burgess and Ali in. Bridgewater, play action. He's going to Pierce down the far sideline, and it goes right through his hands.
You just got to catch that. It's right in his hands.
It's almost like his hands got crisscrossed.
Oh, you just got to catch it.
Crisscross applesauce, and it's 2nd and 10.
That was huge.
2:07 to go. 29-26. So based off of the last field goal attempt that was from 46, you have to figure the Saints would like to get at least to the 25 to give Powell an opportunity. Handoff, Burgess, hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down by Tanner Harrell. He left the game for a few plays earlier in the first half, but he wrapped up Burgess for no gain. It's 3rd and 10, and the clock running, 2:05 to go. Burgess out, Tony Collins in. Saints trail 29-26. Big 3rd down here. Saints need to get to the Western 39. Definitely 4-down territory, no matter what. as we hit $1:45 to play. Trips to the far side on the right. The top side of the field. Bridgewater sends Collins out. Now has Collins. Collins is stopped shy of the 44. It'll be about 5 yards shy of the first down with 90 seconds to go. The Saints burn their second timeout. With 1:25 left, they're going to add a couple of seconds. Saints trail 29-26. Good coverage downfield by the Bulldog secondary. Collins the last choice there. And a great tackle, let's be honest, by Jackson Thompson.
It was a nice tackle.
Collins is not going to be easy to bring down.
No, it was it was a very effective tackle. It looked like Collins might have been able to turn the corner.
So, the Saints have a 4th and 5. Here's the ball game right here.
Yes, it is.
29-26 with $1:29 to play. Southern Oregon leads at Eastern 24-15 in the third. College of Idaho leading Tech 10-7 in the fourth. Rocky leading 40-27 at Northern in the fourth. And here it's 29-26.
And it's been just a brilliantly played game. Just really, really an entertaining, fun game to watch.
And really, you know, that first half was slug it out in the second quarter. The first quarter went so quick. Each team had the ball once. The third quarter was really...
Now Carroll's got kind of a run package in.
Yeah, they got Raleigh to the right, Bridgewater, the ball in the far right hash mark. You've got Sipes, Ferris,
Sipes on
Pierce,
the single side. I think that's where they're going.
Side. Burgess on the left hip of Bridgewater, who fakes the handoff to Ali. He's got Burgess out of the backfield. Burgess to the 40. Burgess to the 30. Stood up and brought down at the 21-yard line.
Great call.
80 seconds to go. 4th and 5 turns into a 1st and 10 for the Saints.
Just a great play. Carroll hasn't shown that all game.
And the clock, they're wondering, the clock didn't stop, and the whole coaching staff is losing their mind, and rightfully so. Stop the clock on first down. You're at home. You should know this. What is going on? 29-26. Carroll with the ball at the 21. Worst case.
And Carroll has not thrown the ball to a back out of the backfield all day. They waited till the end of the game, 4th and 5 to do it.
Well, now they've got the exact same setup. They've just swapped everybody. Sipes now to the short side. Ferris and Pierce to the top side. Ali to the left hip of Bridgewater. Burgess to the right. This is the same formation, just flipped. Do we see the same play here? 1st and 10. They hand it off to Burgess. Burgess into the 20, down to the 18-yard line with 70 seconds to play. And entering the Mike Miller State Farm red zone.
Get up quickly. Let's go.
Saints in field goal range now, trailing 29-26. 1 minute and 1 timeout to go. I got to figure they're going to take a couple of shots and then maybe get it in the middle of the field, call timeout, and tie it unless they can get a touchdown. Burgess out. Double tight end set. They have Collins, who drops the ball. It's incomplete.
He just got a little excited. He could have had some yards there, but he just took his eye off to run. And that's the first drop I've seen him make all year.
And that's really the second, and he's lucky that he was bobbling it a little bit because the ref could have ruled that a catch and a fumble. He made a football move, but he did not have control. So 3rd down and 8 at the 18. 42 seconds to go. The Saints trail 29-26.
If they don't get it here, they're going to have to go for the kick.
They're moving right to left. The ball is on the near left hash mark. Bridgewater to the left, Ali to the right. Sipes and Ferris both up top. Bridgewater has all day to throw. He's got Sipes underneath. Sipes is run out of bounds inside the 10, but it's a 1st down. 1st and goal, Carroll with 36 seconds to play.
And 1 timeout.
The ball will stay on the near left hash mark. It is 1st and goal at the 8 with 36 seconds left. Western has 2 timeouts. Carroll has 1. Definitely in field goal range, but the Saints would just like to put it away.
Come on, get the play in. 13 seconds.
Sipes, Ferris, Harrison to the right, Pierce to the near side left, Ali in with Bridgewater. 36 seconds. Bridgewater looks for Pierce, who catches it, but he is in. Touchdown! How did he get his feet in? Touchdown, Carroll College! What just happened? He landed out of bounds, but he drug his feet, and the Saints take the lead.
It was a great catch, and I don't know if he was inbounds or not, but the referee's right there, and he said he was. But it was a tremendous throw and catch.
The Saints lead with 32 seconds to go.
A great comeback for Pierce after a drop earlier on the drive. That was a tremendous catch.
Powell on for the all-important extra point. 3 on the play clock. Ball snapped, kick is up, and it is good. So now Western has to score a touchdown. It is 33-29. And we have a flag down. It looks like it's going to be on Western. So 33-29, 30 seconds to play. Western has to score a touchdown. Well, you said
it's
it's going to come down to the end.
Yeah, and then who's the penalty on?
It's going to be on.
It's against Western.
It's an unsportsmanlike.
So that'll mean they probably won't get great field position. And
they'll get it to 25 if Powell kicks it out of bounds.
We know how good Jund is at the end of the game, but this is even asking a lot of him because he's got to come up with a touchdown.
18 yards, Bridgewater to Kyle Pierce, his first touchdown of the year. And a great catch on the near sideline in the end zone. He landed most of his body, 90% of his body was out of bounds, but he drug his feet.
It was a tremendous throw and catch. And Pierce had dropped a pass earlier, and he just stayed with them. I can't believe they went back to him after that drop, but they went back to him, and he made the biggest catch of his career. I promise you. That was a tremendous play.
Western just got called for another unsportsmanlike conduct on the far sideline. So Powell gets to kick it off now at the 35 of the Bulldogs. That's 30 yards in penalties on Western since the touchdown, since the extra point.
Well, they probably aren't happy with that call.
You know what? If you're Carroll, try an onside kick here.
Yeah, it's
because you're kicking from the Western 35.
Yeah, that's it.
I'd try an onside kick. Why not? Saints lead 33-29.
I have to say, all the football games I've watched, I've never seen anybody kick it from this 35.
No.
This is a first.
That's 60 yards, or 30 yards in penalties.
This is a first right here. They're expecting an onside kick. They look like they got their hands team in there.
And Carroll takes a timeout.
Yeah. And they're going to try to decide what they want to do here.
Well, it looked like somebody in the formation wasn't right. So 29 points for Western, 30 seconds to play. They need a touchdown. That is because Carroll has 33 on the scoreboard, the Capital Collision Center scoreboard.
And Western had missed an extra point earlier in the ballgame to make it
very good
a four-point possession here.
Yep.
Right here. They'd like to have that extra point back.
Well, think about this, too. They also have that safety. So
yeah, that's right.
Either way, they need a touchdown to win, and they're going to have to go the length of the field based off what Powell decides to do. And Powell, the Saints are going to, I think, try an onside kick here, unless they're just going to let Powell boot it away through the. Either way, Western's going to get it at the 25.
I don't think you want Mounts touching it. Number 5, that's the guy you don't want getting it. Whatever you have to do.
He stands back. I don't even see Mounts out there, honestly.
He's in the middle.
They do the onside kick. It is hauled in by Western. So Western's going to have it at the 23. They're going to have to go 77 yards in 30 seconds. And the clock didn't start that time.
No.
What is going on 2 booths down?
Western with 2 timeouts left.
And 30 seconds. You're going to get a lot of sideline passes here.
Yeah.
30 seconds to go. 33-29, Saints have the lead. Looking for the upset of the 22nd ranked Bulldogs. Trips to the right, ball far left hash mark, 2 receivers left. Jund Middle, McKittrick, great catch, and a huge hit by Kvek, but it's a first down at the 47. That took 7 seconds, 23 seconds to go. Saints are out of timeouts. Hurry up offense for the Bulldogs, 1st and 10. Jund, 5 wide receivers. Now looks sideline, overshoots Prantey out there. That would have been at the 40. That would have been a first down. So it'll be 2nd and 10. 14 seconds to play. 33-29. Saints lead by 4. Western has to get a touchdown. They have 53 yards, 2 timeouts, and 14 seconds left. Saints just rushed 3. They're dropping 8. Jund cannot take a sack here as McGree chases Jund, trying to get out of bounds. He does not. Or he does. They're going to stop the clock. McGree, man, he has been on Jund's tail all game long, and McGree a little shaken up over there.
They blitzed him from the left side, which was an interesting thing to do. And you certainly hope he's all right. He is a tremendous football player. I think he's got the wind knocked out of him. He went down hard.
Yeah, he's getting up right away.
Yeah.
And that's actually Craig Kine.
Craig Kine, yeah.
But McGree was the one chasing him down.
So 7 seconds, you might get 2 plays off.
Well, you got to have the sideline. You can't take any time.
You have to sideline.
Western's going to take a timeout here. They have 1 remaining.
And you know, like the hook and lateral type of thing.
Well, we know Jund's got the arm to get it to the end zone.
Well, he can. He could throw the Hail Mary from there. But that would be a probably.
It'll end up being by the time he sets up a close to 50-yarder.
Yeah, he can throw a Hail Mary.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Saints lead at 33-29. Carroll's out of timeouts. Western has 1 remaining. A touchdown will win it for Western. They trail by 4, 33-29. They're at the Saints 46.
Kvek and Fauntleroy are the 2 safeties for Carroll.
Well, and if I'm them, I'm not sure why I'm not back at the goal line. Here we go. Quick sideline hitter to McKittrick, out of bounds. 2 seconds left. Now you'll get the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
It's at the 38-yard line of Carroll. Far left hash mark, first down. Doesn't matter. Timeout Western, they're last. They need a touchdown, trailing 33-29. Devin Bridgewater finding Kyle Pierce from 18 yards out with 30 seconds to play after the Saints went on a 10-play, 80-yard drive to take the lead. Oh, and this is, I hate to bring this up, this is exactly 1 yard further on the exact same far left hash mark that Jund hit McKittrick from 37 yards out for the winning score in Dillon 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It is at the 38 right now. Just saying. And all the stats guys are like, would you jinx us? Tony Collins in, part of that knockdown team in the back with Kvek and Fauntleroy. Hail Mary coming, 2 seconds to go, 33-29, Western trailing Carroll. Western needs a touchdown here to win it. Sexy flushes Jund. Jund throws, end zone, and Collins, Tony Collins knocks it down, and the Saints are going to win it. The Saints pull off the upset. The Saints upset the Bulldogs in Helena. Tony Collins went in for a reason. That is because he is 6'4", and he knocked it down, and the Saints pull it off today in Helena.
Real smart substitution to put Tony in the ball game. You know, a great vertical jumper, 6'4", and he goes up, and Jund threw a great pass. That was definitely a pass that could have been caught. It really
absolutely.
was. Yeah. Boy, man, oh man, what great performances by these kids on the football field today. Both sides, both Western and Carroll. Great performance.
Fantastic game in the Frontier Conference. We will take a break. We'll catch our breath. We'll settle down, and we'll come back with the Carroll College postgame show built by Builders First Source. Your final on the Capital Collision Center scoreboard. Carroll College 33, number 22 UM Western 29. Back with the postgame in a moment. This is Carroll College football on 1490 KDBM and Rewind 94.9.
KIMO HD3 Townsend, K235BW Helena. Super hits of the 60s, 70s, and more. And still your home for the Carroll College Saints. Rewind 94.9.
Hunters, if you still haven't had a chance to sight in your rifle, you want to make sure where your gun is shooting before you go out into the field. HCO Indoor Range is the perfect place to get that done with lanes that can handle up to a 300 mag. Want to replace your old hunting rifle? HCO has a huge selection of rifles in stock. They also have cases, ammo, and everything you need for the coming hunting season. Check out the selection at HCO Indoor Range, the bright green building just before the bowling alley.
The name implies tires. Seems obvious. Eagle Tire. Tires are a good start. Eagle Tire also can help you with 18 other automotive service and repair categories. Now, I'd lose you if I named all 18 right now. This time of the year, next to good traction from your tires, what about your brakes? Eventually, you've got to stop. For 40 years, Helena has trusted Eagle Tire. They're your one stop for brakes. So stop on in to Eagle Tire, across from Eagle Lube Express on North Montana by the tracks.
For your next night out, head to that all-American family-style restaurant, the Overland Express, on 11th Avenue. The Overland features prime rib nightly, fresh seafood, mouth-watering salads, and homemade soups daily. Life is too short to miss a special place like the Overland Express. When you're looking for a real meal and not a meal of greasy food on a bun, make your choice the Overland Express, an all-American dining tradition of its own, in Helena since 1975. The Overland Express on 11th Avenue.
Why pay more? At Furniture